Welcome back, dude and dudettes, to another wild episode of Send It Mate. We're here to talk about all things hunting and outdoors. And today, we've got something that'll keep your gear running smoother than a dingo's getaway.
That's right. Our show is brought to you by High Caliber, the gun and knife oil company that knows how to keep your firearms and blades in tip-top shape.
High Caliber is like the secret sauce for hunters, anglers, and outdoorsy folk everywhere. It's like the magic potion that makes your gun and knives happier than a dog with two tails.
You know, guys, I've been using high caliber oil for a while now, and let me tell you, it's the duck's nuts. My rifle practically sings a lullaby when I take it out hunting.
And speaking of lullabies, ever tried sneaking up on a deer with a squeaky gun? It's a prime way to end up with no venison in the freezer. You'll be hungrier than a vegan at a bacon festival.
Absolutely. But with High Caliber oil, your gun will be quieter than a ninja in moonlight. You'll be stalking your prey with the grace and stealth of a mountain lion.
High caliber doesn't just keep things quiet, it also prevents rust and corrosion, so you won't find your gear looking like it spent a season at the bottom of a creek.
That's right, and for you knife enthusiasts out there, High Caliber has got you covered too. Your trusty blade will slice through anything smoother than butter on a hot biscuit.
So, folks, don't let your gear become a rusty, squeaky mess. Head on over to highcaliber.com.au and grab a bottle of their oil today.
And if you use the code SENDITMATE at checkout, you'll get a special discount. I say again, use the code SENDITMATE for all your oil slick, stealthy hunting needs.
Thanks to High Caliber, you'll be sending it in style and silence.
So, gear up, oil up, and send it, mate. High Caliber, the ultimate oil for the ultimate hunter.
Listen to the bells on the sleigh.
Yeah, slaying bitches.
Actually, no.
Santa's coming to town.
Fucking listen to this.
Oh fuck, his fucking headgear talks.
It does.
I'm impressed.
That is
The person that was so against,
Yeah.
like so against having like the Christmas special and
Yeah.
like being fucking merry.
You like the Grinch.
That was an accident, wasn't it?
It was a complete accident, to be fair. I'm like, I have nothing Christmassy to wear. I'll grab some... Fucking shut up. They won't fucking shut up now.
American style.
I'll grab some antlers, and then I had no idea that they played music, so...
Well,
From your missus'
From my
drawer?
missus.
or-
From my missus. I'm like, I need something Christmassy to wear to the Christmas special.
So one could actually say that you're wearing women's attire, so one could say you're trans?
I mean, it's a stretch, but we draw long bows all
I'm
the time on
wearing
the show.
antlers.
So
I'm wearing antlers. Female deer don't have antlers.
It's from your missus' drawer.
or is his missus the tranny?
Ooh.
I'm sorry, transsexual.
Now the plot fucking
transvestite. I don't know what the difference is.
thickens.
Thickened. It's thicker than thick
It's
cream.
thick.
It's a thick plot.
It's like fucking Pavlova.
I had a good pav the other day, actually.
Ooh.
Don't like Pav.
What?
You don't like pav?
What the fuck?
It's way like the base is just like fluffy sugar.
Can you fuck off out of the
makes
country?
makes my face
I'm
sweat.
Australian.
It's a Pav, bro.
Oh, don't get me wrong. I scribble the cream out and eat that, and then just leave the base.
Yeah, I got a penchant on for cream too, man.
Yeah, you got to. Whoa, hang on, hang on. Where the fuck did you learn French?
I've been studying there.
I've got the penchant for cream as well, my friend.
The cream is the best part.
What was I thinking?
It is. It is the best part.
Yeah.
Too much meringue is not a good thing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
that's
love
true.
licking the cream, don't you, you motherfucking
Also the Pav, yeah.
sick boy.
Bloody oath.
Anyway, what are we fucking doing here? You wanna,
Well,
you want to
ladies
introduce
and
why we're
gentlemen,
sitting here in Christmas hats and
This
talk
is
about
the
cream?
motherfucking Christmas special.
Ho this episode.
Oh.
We have these new table stands.
Yeah.
Yeah,
the
these are much better.
Yeah.
These are the latest impulse buy that turned out to work quite well.
They work quite fine, man.
Yeah, it's great. It's very because we're condensed now. Like I feel like I can get
Yeah.
real close and intimate. with
We're
you
up on
guys.
each other's grill.
We're definitely
Yeah.
not COVID safe right now.
I feel like when we have like this heated discussions, I'm not going to say arguments because they're.
Oh, we're in fist reach.
We are
now.
definitely in fist reach. It's like punch up, except all of us except for Josh.
Punch you with my dick.
It's true.
That's true. You could probably reach my dick from the other side of the room.
T-Rex arms.
So, ladies and gentlemen, that brings us to the point of interest.
Ooh.
Which, we've sort of spoken about before, but I picked up my new gun.
I can't believe you haven't put a photo up on Insta yet. Or have you been waiting for this
I
very
took
moment?
a couple of photos, but you could see my filthy floors in them. I'm very embarrassed about it, so I was like, you know what? I don't want the public to know that I don't have a clean floor
On the
Fair
vinyl.
enough.
on the vinyl.
Yeah.
Take it outside, put it on the grass.
Yeah, I could do that.
Do you know, actually, you probably have a better chance of
Could do that if I had grass.
taping it to your ceiling and taking a photo for a white surface.
I don't know, man.
Actually,
Ceiling's
no.
pretty dirty as well.
No, scratch that.
That's all.
Wow, now everyone knows
Driveway?
I live in a shithole.
You did.
I'll take it to Caleb's house, put it on the grass and take a photo.
Yeah,
You
good
did
idea.
bring it out the other night and show us, and it was impressive.
Are we still talking about his gun, by the way?
Yes,
Oh. I thought we were talking
and not
about
that gun.
my
No, no,
dick.
no, no,
Oh my god!
Yeah. No, for those playing at home, is a Chopper Cub 22 breakdown lever action.
No, I can't say I really knew. I still don't know anything about Chiappa. So
Neither did I when I bought the gun. Pure impulse.
It just looked pretty.
Impulse.
What did I say?
Impulse.
Did I say
I heard impulse.
impulse.
You were basically a magpie. You were like, oh, fucking shiny.
No, well, like, I asked him to show me the BLR first, and like, yeah, fuck yeah, sounds good. Like, sounds good, feels good, and he's like, oh yeah, this is the price tag, and I was like, no, thank you, you can fucking keep that. What else you got? And then he came out with this, and it's a little bit heavier, synthetic stock, which is great. What I was looking for, all weather, and it's pretty smooth. Like it's great. You guys had to play with it.
I'm keen to see how it goes actually, even when we were away in January.
I'm just surprised you got such good customer service at Kmart, to be honest.
Oh, so was I. But, I mean, I went in there to get a container and walked out with a gun. So it was one of those. It's like Bunnings.
For those that are listening in the States, that is a fallacy. Kmart here does not sell guns and ammunition anymore.
Is it Walmart?
not.
It's like the equivalent.
Walmart. They don't have Kmart. They have Walmart.
Yeah.
Oh, actually, no, they do have Kmart.
No, they
Sorry,
got
they do have
Kmart.
Kmart. They do.
Yeah. I actually
Target,
still remember.
Target.
Shout out to Chrissy, happy Christmas, motherfucker. But when I was young, he gave me a couple of boxes of 22 ammunition that his dad bought from Kmart here in Adelaide back in the day.
Get fucked.
I
when
remember
they used to
those.
sell
I remember
ammunition
those.
at Kmart. Yeah, yep.
I don't remember there ever being ammunition.
Oh, mate, this is probably back in like the
it doesn't surprise me,
1800s.
but are you saying that in our lifetime they? Because I know that
Yeah,
you used to be able to
fucking
walk
oath.
down Rundle Mall with a shotgun and no one would be. And everyone
Not
would be
in
like,
our lifetime. It would have been in our parents' lifetime. Maybe the 80s. Yeah, maybe they still sell it.
I mean,
Definitely.
the whole
Definitely
irony of that.
70s.
Do you know like all of the toy aisles now are filled with Nerf guns? It's like can't sell real guns. We'll sell fake ones though.
Oh, it's not 1950. You can't fucking buy a BB gun for your 5-year-old.
Yeah, which is fucking depressing, really, when you think about it, isn't it?
It is.
It is. It is. But, and kids will be kids anyway. If they're into it, they'll end up making glove guns and shit when they're, of age. So they'll find a way.
Guns
Glove guns.
Love glove.
with rubber gloves.
Yeah, you remember you used to get like a pipe. I don't know, you could make it a few inches long.
Yeah,
or
you'd cut off
whatever.
the finger of the dishwashing glove and you'd...
Yeah.
Oh,
and
yeah,
tape it on
glove
it.
gun. Yeah,
Glove
yeah.
gun.
I feel like you made every version of a gun you could legally as a child.
I did not have a lot growing up, so I pretty much just had to make my own fun.
Is that what you... Mike, what did you make when you were a kid? What was like the go-to that you would make?
Sparkler bombs, and I had a spud gun for a while.
I'd make like swords and shields and axes
Out of?
out of timber. Like once my dad gave me free... Like when I was like
Oh, yeah, I made swords.
10, I think it was 10, Dad started letting me use his power tools. So
Yeah.
once he taught me how to make one, then I just sort of... Like he taught me how to make it like a sword out of a chunk of 35 by 90. And then from there, I just figured out how to make shields and axes and stuff. I had literally had an armory in the of wooden, like medieval stuff. I used to do battle with my brother. He was like 6 at the time, so he'd always lose.
So I feel like we'd just go to the local construction site and grab some fucking Rio and then use that
I used, to
sword.
I used to go to a local construction site and smash up the machines. That's just the kind of dick that I was.
Smash up the
You
machines.
smash machines?
Yeah, I'd like throw... The fire extinguishers are on the outside, so we'd get the fire extinguishers and throw them at the cabs and smash all the glass out. And
What a
get the
fucking
keys.
delinquent.
Yeah.
Yeah, and get the keys to start her up.
What the fuck?
Actually, That's funny because like back then they wouldn't have had.
I'm genuinely
this look
astounded.
of absolute
No, I'm
disgust.
genuinely astounded you were such a cunt.
Oh, I was.
Wow.
I'm.
C-bomb.
Yeah.
Christmas, man.
Yeah, dude.
It's the real C word.
But back then they wouldn't have had
Christmas.
a password to start the engine. Actually,
Fucking hate Christmas.
this brings me to a story. When I was posting in Darwin, I had a couple of mates that used to get a bit rowdy, and across the road is like a CTA, a combat training area. But then inside of that, there was actually a quarry, and they used to leave their machines there every now and then. And these couple of guys that I used to know, they went across. We used to always go across the road because you could go there, after work and go fishing, do whatever, or go for a swim. Anyway, they stole a fucking D10 and drove it in to the quarry, into the lake.
It's a D10. Is that a dozer?
Yeah, dozer. Yeah, and drove it into the lake. Yeah,
Yep, in there.
because there's no passcode and the keys are in the cab, and they
Normally they're under the fucking the visor at the top.
the
The the memory that I have, the best one is me and a couple of my mates were we got into it was a front end loader, and we'd started her up, and it was like the middle of the day. We're like, I can't believe there's no one here. It didn't dawn on us that everyone was gone to lunch, and then they came back while we were fucking around, and we like legged it out there, and we were being chased out by council workers. It was fucking hilarious.
Wow.
You're a proper.
I was a right cunt.
Yeah. Wow.
Things Ryan did to seem cool.
He was slinging.
No, but
dope
there was
on the
no one
corner
there.
of
It
the
wasn't. It was
streets
just for shits and giggles, man. There was just me and my delinquent friends.
You get. I get that though. When you're like young, you sort of like, and you got time, and
We were just
a
bored,
day
man.
feels like a fucking week.
Yeah.
Like especially like a Saturday feels like a week long. So you just sort of like, well, let's go roam in the streets or something, and then you're like, you see something, and you're like, you don't know bounds yet, so you're like, yeah. Let's do it.
Fucking if you don't have that responsible friend that's like probably not a good idea, then this guy.
Except he was no fucking.
I was the one that
angel
fucking
either.
led him astray when we were young.
Yeah.
I'm just reformed.
You've changed, bro. You've changed.
You used to be cool.
It's called responsibility.
Dead set. We used to do the Great Escape to get out of your fucking backyard over the fence
It was like an
just to go
8-foot
roam in the
fence.
streets.
ladder, jump the back fence.
Yeah,
Roam the
pre-position the ladder on the other side so you could get back over.
Yeah.
And like it was full. We had like this I guess this sort of set plan where we'd wait for your dad to go to bed. Your mum would always be up a little bit later, or she'd get up to, I don't know, have a drink of water or something, and like we'd watch the kitchen light. As soon as that turned off, and we knew her mum went back to bed.
I had a granny flat, by the way. We weren't
Yeah.
just like spying on them weirdly.
yeah.
Josh
yeah.
is fucking on picket in the hallway, jizzing into a cup.
We're looking into the main house from the granny flat.
Yeah, but she'd go into bed, then we'd give it like 45 minutes, then we'd be like, yeah, let's do it now. By the time all this had lined up, it was like 2, 3 in the morning.
So you got out for 4 hours, roam the streets.
Not even 4 hours, man.
Not even.
Yeah,
Just did random shit.
yeah, just turning people's water meters off.
Yeah, I
and-
did that a lot.
Yeah, just random shit like that.
We put like crabs in people's letterboxes.
Yeah.
I went fishing at St Kilda. Just collected like 50 crabs and then just put them in people's letterboxes, like live
Yeah.
crabs.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Porn.
Porn in
Yeah.
letterboxes.
People's
Put
letterboxes.
porn
That's a
into-
big one.
That's weird.
Yeah.
Why
That,
did
that
they do
was that was strange.
It's fucking weird. Can you imagine like an 8-year-old just going to your letterbox and pulling out just a fucking centerfold? Like, why? Why did we
Won the
think that was
fucking
funny?
lottery?
And like responsible me now goes, we'll turn off someone's water meter or electricity. Well, fuck, what if they're on life support in their own house? Or
Oh, that's a fucking stretch. What if they've got
Have I
life
told you that
support?
story about when I turned the generator off on some dude that had his machine? You were there.
I was there. You were being a real arsehole.
Oh, I just had a fucking gut full of people, and then this dude had a generator going in a campsite. It was like
In the Flinders.
in the Flinders, and the campsite was a good like 150 meters away, but it was I think it was in a valley,
He was in a creek bed.
that's
Fucking
what it was.
echoed like fuck.
and it was fucking loud. And I was overtired. I'd been around people too long. I just had the fucking shits on, and I was like screaming out, "Turn your fucking generator off!" Yep, no worries, no response. So I got out of bed, went and turned the fucking generator off, went back to bed, and then they turned it back on. Then I came out, and then turned it off again, and they came out the door, and the dude's like, "Oh, it's on my sleep apnea machine. I need it to stay alive while I sleep."
to stay alive while you're
I mean, I'm
sleeping.
embellishing the story a little bit, but
Not
he
to
was
stay alive, but to
it
fucking
was
breathe.
To breathe. So he didn't say stay alive. He's like, oh, sorry, it's for my sleep happening machine. And like me, I was like just like pumped up because I thought it was some dickhead running his Jenny to watch his TV while he's out in the middle of the scrub. I was like, first of all, you're in the fucking scrub, cunt. Enjoy the stars. Don't be a dick. Second of all, you should be watching fucking TV.
Jeez.
And then like, I was riled up. And then it was this older couple, and the dude's like super nice people.
They were
ended up-
lovely.
They ended up. This was an Easter weekend, and they ended up giving us chocolates as well in the morning and apologising to us for me turning off his generator.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He felt about this big.
Yeah.
Fucking hell.
Oh man, I felt like a right twat. But
Rightly so.
yeah, I mean, I've been in campsites before where the generators have been on, and they're just cunts.
I feel like you just
Don't
buy,
take a fucking generator.
I feel like you just buy like a Honda Quiet or something like that.
Oh, this was a smidgen before they were affordable. This is back when they were still pretty expensive to have a quiet generator.
Because those Honda Quiets are pretty quiet, man.
Yeah, although in just like the dead of the night and you're in a creek bed or a valley, and
Yeah,
it's
it's
still
Still,
gonna-
you're camping.
it's still loud.
Fucking, you don't need to watch TV. Get over it.
No, but he might be charging his
yeah, well,
batteries or fucking.
It's this. 'Cause
Pre-prepared.
he ended up turning it off. Like he ran it through his car battery, which is what he used to do. The generator was a new thing that they were trying out. So I just fucking
It was well loud.
it was.
We're all pissed, but Ryan was going to be a big man on campus. Fucking.
No, I'm just
I
the
wanna
dude.
tell
That,
him.
I just do whatever the fuck I think I'm going to do without like I have no filter, so I just
Teach him
do
a
it.
lesson.
No, look, I get it. It'd certainly get annoying, and if you can't get to sleep, you know, like park another fucking couple 100 meters away or something like that.
Oh no, this like
I mean, they're in their booked campsite, but
Oh, is it? Oh, you got
Yeah.
a book there.
they were pretty far away. Like in their defense, they'd ran a lead out as far as they could. They'd pretty much done everything they could have. I was just in a foul fucking mood.
they were
man.
being as considerate as they possibly
were.
could be.
Did they sandbag?
No, they didn't
No,
go
they,
to
they
Jenny.
did put it behind a log though. They tried as much. Like thinking back after I'd calmed down, I was like, wow. And I did apologise. And I was like, mate, I'm sorry, I nearly killed you.
We
He's
broke
like,
bread the next day. It was
We did. Yeah.
Break bread.
No, we
We
cracked
smoked a
open,
peace pipe.
yeah, cracked open a couple of Easter bunnies. And it was all right.
Well, that's new. Oh, that's the first time I've heard that story.
I mean, we've told it on the podcast before.
I'm pretty
fairly
sure.
sure.
Yeah.
No, that's the first time I've heard that story. That's a pretty big dick move.
I nearly killed a guy.
Yeah.
Anyway, what's our topic today, Josh?
Yippee Kiyay, motherfuckers! That is our
How appropriate.
topic.
How fucking appropriate.
It is.
Yeah, best Christmas movie ever.
Well,
Shit, yeah.
actually, that was a question I was going to ask. What's your favourite Christmas movie?
Die Hard.
It is Die Hard.
That is the only Christmas movie.
The Grinch.
Yeah, of course you'd
Stole
know that.
Christmas. Jim
Yeah.
Carrey.
Yeah,
It's actually funny.
of course you'd say.
I hate every other Christmas movie and get fucked.
The only reason I don't like, well, it's not that I don't like The Grinch. I've just seen The Grinch so many times.
To give our listeners
I've given it a fair break. The ones I hate the most are The Holiday and Love Actually because
Oh, that
they're
shit.
not
can fuck right
fucking.
off.
They're not Christmas
they
movies.
are both Christmas movies.
If it's
fuck?
set around the time of Christmas, it's considered a
Right,
Christmas
I mean,
released
Die
at
Hard,
Christmas.
we're
What if-
drawing a long bow.
We
It's
are.
a Christmas
no,
movie.
he goes to a Christmas fucking party.
That makes it a Christmas movie.
Yeah, that makes it a
How
Christmas
did
movie.
Die Hard become like the thing? My understanding is that
Because Channel 7
They just
plays it
play it
every,
every
year,
year.
fucking a
That's
week
it.
before Christmas.
It's a Christmas
but
movie.
it's not just Channel 7. It must be like globally. There must be one particular station in every country because it's a thing in America as well. Like Die Hard's the Christmas movie.
Yeah, but, well, it's because it's America. America, motherfucker. But
Yeah, well, maybe.
mine, I'm actually a bit strange. I like
I mean,
the
we know
Muppets Christmas Carol. I do.
Do you know what? I'd forgotten about that.
I
That is
actually like it,
quite a good movie, and that's fucking funny.
No, that
It
is
is.
good actually.
I like it. And if I want to get into like some fucking Christmas cheer, I'll just watch that movie.
If
man.
you need a little bit of a pick me up on Christmas Eve,
Yeah, pretty much. And we used to watch that. There was another one, an older version, that was not with fucking puppets. That we used to watch as well. I can't remember. I was only talking about it the
Scrooge.
other day.
I've no idea. All I know is I got home the other day and Mrs. was watching Miracle on 34th Street. I'm like,
I've not seen that one. That's pretty old though, isn't it? That one.
That just sounds.
ridiculous.
Do you know what the
I can-
downside is to these stands? You're like your dick hand just naturally goes to the cylindrical object, and you can hear it.
Why is that a downside? I'm not.
I can hear. I can hear you.
Because I'm doing
stroking.
because I'm now fucking
You're
masturbating,
jerking off your new stand.
I'm masturbating the stand.
Jokes on you. You already come on that one.
Anyway,
What was that one?
all right. So this is some big news as
Hang on,
well.
hang on. What? We've just done topic
You got a
intro.
segue into that.
And I'm on topic.
Hang
first,
on, let's backtrack.
So
Is this your topic or is this?
this is my topic.
Do I need to add this to the run sheet?
Dude,
No,
can
no,
we segue this
is-
properly? Caleb, wow. It looks like you've got a big dick. I mean,
What do you mean it looks like?
it's
Confirmed.
It's
Big
not.
thing. Thank you.
Oh, speaking of big things, Josh, you have some news.
Yeah, great
Fucking
segue.
perfect segue.
Perfect segue.
So what is on your? And this is going to branch into some big news. But what is on your Christmas wish list this year?
I would like to get out of bed without my anything hurting.
Well, that seems like an easy thing to do with
Wake and bake.
Medical
Endome.
help.
And it's just like medical help. Wake and be like endo.
Medical meth.
Oxy.
I mean heroin.
Yeah, it is, isn't it? It's essentially medical heroin.
It is. No, it is.
It is.
It is,
It is
medical
the same
heroin.
thing.
Yeah, it is exactly the same thing.
What is on my Christmas wish list?
You've got to have something that. Imagine if coin wasn't an issue.
Oh, like your ultimate
yeah, like
wish list.
you
not like
just fucking are like, yeah,
As in present you wish to receive.
or give.
I just want peace on earth, man.
Fuck that. Too many jobs revolve around fucking
Goodwill to.
Do you know how many jobs revolve around water?
wars and anarchy.
Do you know how many industries would collapse?
A lot of people would die.
I mean, I could go on your gun. I wouldn't say no to that.
That is the best you can
out of
conjure up
everything.
out of everything in this world. What the fuck?
You're asking
you know what?
what's in your Christmas wish list?
Yeah, look, I get you. You
How
know,
about
yeah,
fucking
new rifle would be
COVID
nice.
bullshit to end? How's
It would
that one?
be my
That's here to
ultimate.
stay,
All
man.
restrictions get fucked.
That's like AIDS. It's here to stay.
Yeah, you can
You've got
sort
drugs
of.
for AIDS now.
Hey,
No, you can cope with the symptoms. It's
Yeah, yeah.
not curable though.
but you can with COVID too.
Yeah. It's you're fucked and then you're fucked. You fuck and then you're fucked. You fucked after you fuck.
You fuck and then you fucked.
Fucked for life, bro.
What are you fucking?
A bum hole.
My dad used to believe that to get AIDS, the shit and the jizz would have to mix.
What?
That's what he told me when I was
What?
a kid.
So don't go going near any bums, Joshua.
yeah.
You realise you can have anal sex with a woman as well.
Oh, clearly.
Clearly he hadn't.
How does a learned man think that mixing jizz and shit will give you AIDS?
I don't know, bro.
Is it like? Does it have to be?
I feel like the
I've got
church-
so many questions.
I feel like the church has something to
Yeah,
to play
probably.
here.
Probably.
Wow.
Does he still believe that?
No, I don't know if it was a joke, but he said it in a straight face. So I
Oh,
was like,
God.
So I was like, oh,
Oh,
really?
you don't know if he was joking. Your dad was probably just taking the
It was a
piss.
test.
It was a test.
It was a test.
I'm going to tell Joshua one thing, and if he tells his friends, then I know he's not trustworthy.
Oh, actually, talking about like your parents saying something that's not true. Caleb, do you realise that you crushed my entire childhood by telling me at the age of 11 Santa wasn't real?
Hang
I
on.
do.
Can we go back to the whole thing?
And it was
at the
later
age
than
of, age of 11?
Yeah, exactly. So his parents lied to him and continued. You know how you tell your kids, "Oh, Santa's real," blah blah blah, blah, right?
Oh, I try
Yeah,
not to.
but
I play
his
neutral
parents
ground there.
continued that till the age of 11, and by this time, I'm like, I mean, my family were never like huge
No, no.
about Christmas anyway. So
They
I was like,
never were into Christmas.
all right, so
period.
Santa was just like not a thing. So I would be like, Santa's not real. And Josh would like fair dinkum believe that Santa was real when we were 11 years old. And I'm like, no, he's not.
How did you? How
They
did
just
you go
continued to
through
lie to him.
School and like, surely your mates were like, yeah, nah.
No, none of my mates and that spoke about Christmas. We were like, fucking sick, holidays, cool. Break, and then I didn't see me mates, except for Caleb.
Yeah, I can see that.
And then, like, I don't know, I saw Caleb their family Christmas wasn't a thing, so I never asked him about it because it was like I knew that it was just fucking voodoo or
So
something.
you were in a Santa bubble.
Yeah,
So-
he was like, how do your presents get under the tree? I'm like, your fucking parents put them there, man. No, they don't. It's Santa.
So to give you a thing, my dad went as far as he'd obviously put milk in a cookie out.
Oh, that's right.
But
yeah.
he put lettuce and carrots out, and then that night, this is
Santa's
I
rabbits.
think this is probably when I was 9. Dad went around like just outside my window and my sister's windows and jingled bells.
That's right. Yeah.
That's fucking commitment.
But wait,
Yeah.
then he ate some of the carrots. He threw the lettuce in the bin, and it obviously ate and drank the fucking cookies. But that's how much they made it. They
went
tried to make it
all
believable.
out, man.
Perpetuated
Yeah.
the lie.
That's a lie. And so this is what I know. This is what I struggle with. You tell your kids not to lie to you, but then you lie to them for years.
Yeah, Josh was in the Truman Show to age 12. Basically.
But yeah, look, and then it was crushed. Caleb was like, "Yeah, Santa's not real." I'm like, "Shut the fuck up."
Yeah, but how did that conversation go around? Were you like, stop lying, shut up with your lies?
Yeah, pretty much.
And Caleb's like, dude,
It's your parents. What are you doing?
and you're like,
Who you going to believe at that age?
am I being punked?
Like a little boy that hasn't hit puberty, or your parents? You're going to think your parents.
Yeah,
are
I can
true.
picture Caleb being there, like just like a staunch fucking 12-year-old, be like, Santa isn't real, man.
What are you talking about? My balls are dropped.
Santa isn't real, man. Mr. Krusty, your burgers are ready.
Anyway, back onto the topic. So,
Yippee Kiyay, motherfuckers.
What?
is the topic?
what is on your wish list? Caleb's conjured up a gun because
Dude, my wish list
What
is
are we
more like,
talking? Are we talking about like,
anything you want in this world, money does not matter.
oh, fuck.
oh, now.
Well, now I need. Have you got a pen and paper? Like
No, one thing.
One thing.
One thing.
Does it have to be an object? And can I have it linked together? Like, can I have a day of things?
I think it should be an object.
I think it should be
Otherwise,
So
we'll
I
just
get
be
an
like,
object.
too general.
definitely an object.
Material possession. What do you want?
If I could have a material possession, it would be in the US, a national stadium.
to perform into.
No, I would own it. I would own it because then I could perform in it.
Is this going to be like the
And then I
Cooper
have
Stadium that
bank-
just never
no,
gets
like,
used anymore?
I don't even know how it works over there.
What are
Like,
you talking about? It gets used every time they play a soccer match there.
Oh,
no, like the
What?
biggest, the most. I don't know anything about stadiums in the US, but the biggest stadium is what's it called?
No,
the Yankee Stadium.
Yankee Stadium.
no.
I don't know.
Surely that's
It's not the biggest.
The biggest, most famous one.
The
where
Coliseum.
They do all the sporting.
I think there's one in Texas.
Where they
that's
do the
biggest.
sports and
See, I imagine is this that you're making a deal with the devil and the devil twists it like on Bedazzled.
oh yeah, it'd probably be like the stadium's like structural integrity is fucked, and then it collapses, and then I get sued by a
It's
bunch
made
of
of
people.
asbestos. and
Yeah,
shit.
some shit like it's like made of flammable liquid.
Fucking, I saw a stadium, and obviously this is to generate income. so you
Generates
can-
income. I can have fucking mad just rock shows and whatever, and then I can have people that are into sports to do that if they want.
Well, that's all right. An A for effort there, but a stadium. I don't know. I feel like you could come up with better. I get where you're going.
I mean, you
from.
got me on the fly here. Like off the top of my head, what would you do if you could have anything? I'd get a stadium because that would mean it'd give me the opportunity to have stupid amounts of money to do the other things that I want to do, but also I've got a fucking stadium.
So wouldn't you just be like,
I'd call it Ryan's room.
wouldn't you just be like, I invented like Apple or something?
No, it's an object that you have to have, not you own or invent. Now you're changing the parameters of your own fucking question.
That's an object.
No, you can have an Apple iPhone, but you can't be the inventor of it because that's not having something, that's creating something.
I feel like they're very similar.
Are we revisiting the parameters of your question here, or what's the? I'm confused now because if I can create shit, then fuck, I wish I created Google.
The internet, even though the internet was created for free.
Do you want to know?
free.
Do you want to know what the biggest capacity stadium is?
What is?
It's the Narendra Modi Stadium.
Where is that?
It's
Narendra.
in Ahmedabad in India.
It'd be a cricket stadium.
I feel like no one gives a fuck because no one's heard
because
of it.
I've never. No, I don't think so.
It must be the biggest capacity. Is that because it's in India and there's no like?
They've got fucking heaps of people. I imagine they would
also
play cricket
because
there.
it's because
They
like,
would play
the
cricket
laws are a little bit loosey goosey with like capacities and then
Yeah,
structural
because they
integrity.
get like
of
all this
buildings
standing
and-
room bullshit. The second one is Runggrado 1st of May Stadium in Pyongyang in North Korea.
Yeah, but it's like
The third one's like
I believe that's good marching grounds.
The third one is Michigan Stadium in Ann Arbor, Michigan,
Michigan.
Michigan.
where it's like college football.
Yeah, that one. I'll buy that one.
Nah,
I wouldn't buy that one. Have a gift.
What you want is College Station in Texas.
Yeah, fuck
That's
yeah.
the one you want.
I'll go to Texas. If anyone from Texas is listening right now,
Give me the stadium.
hit us up because I've got some fucking questions that would potentially lead to me moving there.
That's
So you wouldn't even
102,000
ask,
people.
like, so say you could ask for anything. You wouldn't even ask for Australia to have concealed carry, as you wish.
God.
But that's not an object.
Well, you can
It's not
carry
an
an
object.
object.
It's not an object.
So really,
We just
what
said-
you're
we
asking
narrowed
is
this
what
down.
could you change?
Material possession.
If your Christmas wish is what could you make
Send
better?
it to be
what could you
real.
wish for some others?
Send it to be real so I can piss on Caleb from a great
I would
height.
change from
giving.
I would change from a monetary based economy to a resource based economy.
So many people get fucked. Well, actually, that would
You're
probably,
fucked.
No, that would work in our favor. That would work in the favor of society because all the people that do fuck all would die.
I read a great book by someone. Oh, fuck.
Who
He was
writes
a
books?
futurist. I can't fucking remember the name of it. I'll remember it at some point. But it was about a resource based economy versus a financial based economy.
Say called Utopia or something like that.
Yeah, like it wouldn't work because you have to change so much. But
I think
there was some logic to it.
I think I've heard the same thing, and it's all community based, like housing. So the way that suburbs
It's
would
all
build
sustainable and shit.
would be one suburb sustains itself, and everyone in that suburb
It's like community
commits
living.
to a certain trade or something like that.
Yeah.
And then they grow and produce.
The trouble with that is that everyone would have to be an equal player, and human nature does not allow for that on a grand scale.
It's definitely bridging communism.
No, it's
it's
on a
just a bit
smaller
different,
scale. Like it's
They call it something. I can't remember what they
Yeah,
call
I'm
it.
trying. I'm trying to madly Google.
There's
the
a name
dude.
for it. Fuck.
It was
and it's not
originated by a
fuck.
guy called Jacques Fresco. I'm pretty sure I read his book.
Yeah, he actually does a like
The Venus
three-dimensional model.
Venus Project.
That's it. He does a three-dimensional model of what it would look like as well.
Yeah.
And it actually looks
It's all
fucking
futuristic.
yeah,
It's all
pretty good.
Pretty cool.
Yeah,
well, the concept isn't. That's not anything new though.
No,
That's-
this has been around for years and years and years. And as we know, concepts work in theory. Practically, do they?
No, I think
Like
it's
concealed
scale.
carry.
Oh!
No,
Mic
because
drop.
we have proof that works.
Concealed carry. Do you know, I'm all for
Practically.
concealed carry. I'm all for concealed carry. Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
If you pass the test, you do whatever
fucking
you
oath.
need to do.
You don't drive a car without getting a driver's license. You're not going to conceal carry without doing some form of training.
Yeah.
End of story.
Yeah, but you
so-
just think of how much shit could have been prevented. Like everyone's like, but then carrying a gun, let everyone have a gun. Yeah, but do you know what? There's more good guys than there are bad guys, but the good guys don't have any way of doing anything against the bad guys.
The biggest thing that comes to mind is the Lint Cafe siege. Imagine if just one person in that cafe had a concealed carry. Boom. 2 people now would be seeing this Christmas if that was the case. And I think that is 2 people too many that had died.
That's what I don't understand
Because of our
about
stupidity.
The arguments that get put forward that are anti-gun, they're like, well, one life matters, and if you can save one life, then all of the data shows that if you have people with guns that are legally in possession of them, they're doing the right thing, they've got the right training, and you inject that into the scenario, every single time the end result is better than what it is as opposed to the opposite.
And this, it's not, what's that fucking state on the beach, California, when COVID hit and fucking went to the shit, California or LA, one of the two.
That's in California.
They have like the strongest gun laws, like tightest restrictions on gun laws there. And then gun crime has always been a problem there. COVID hit, violence went up, and then the average citizen was pleading to go and get a gun for concealed carry.
They couldn't keep up with the demand.
Yeah, and you've got people without training then wanting to go get a gun, and it's like, well, no, you should really know how to use it first. And there's nothing wrong with at least putting in some laws to go, okay, if you're going to conceal carry, you've got to meet X, Y, and Z criteria. And I do think that, and I have a really strong belief with the Lint Cafe siege that 2 people would be here if there was just one person in there carrying.
Were those
guns.
2 people? Because this is going back a fair bit. I'm a bit grey on the details. Those 2 people, was anyone actually shot by the dude, or were they shot by the coppers?
No, the
because he had
enemy.
He had a side by side, didn't he? He had a shotgun.
Yeah, double barrel.
Yeah,
yeah.
And then I know that there was because the coppers fucked that up.
Look,
so bad.
I actually have spoken to some people about this, and it's not so much the police that were on the ground and the response teams that were on the ground that it made the mistake. It was actually the higher up not making the call to go, okay, let's execute this plan.
That's
they had a plan.
Typical fucking Australia, though, isn't it?
They could have, like in your training, the training that they do, they could have ended that scenario, but no one in the brass, like high ranking, wanted to take responsibility in saying yes, just in case it turned to shit.
Yeah,
so they didn't have confidence in the plan. And that's
they
that's
would have
not
had
right.
confidence in the plan. They didn't want to take the blame if it went wrong.
And that's what I just said
all over again.
And it is. It was more of a political issue than it was a police.
Yeah. But what I was talking about,
issue.
when I said the police fucked it up, you look at the body language of the team that went in there. They hadn't done that before. They were all fucking adrenaline, like spraying shit everywhere.
I disagree. They would have been highly trained.
They would have been trained.
No, they would have been trained.
Probably
but
was their first real
That
life.
was their first.
I actually,
Dude,
I
the
don't
first-
think
We're
that it was
speculating
the first either.
We are
wildly,
speculating
but-
as fuck, and this is just like my opinion, of course. If you look at back on the footage of the entry team that went into that, the first 2 guys that rolled in, they were not. Their stance was all wrong. They rolled in, fucking spraying lead, not even aiming their rifles properly. If you look at the entry team and how they came in through the entry point, like anyone can look at that and go, "Fuck me!" They're running purely on adrenaline, and none of their training is kicking in the way that it should do.
Look, I haven't seen the video. I've seen the still photos, and I believe that they knew what they were doing. I do believe.
Oh
that,
no,
yes,
they knew what they were doing. Like
there was
I'm not
adrenaline.
saying that. What I'm saying is they weren't prepared enough. So, and I would say that if they're going to execute a plan like that,
At this point, I'm just wondering what memory bank you're drawing on, because Josh has brought this up and you haven't fucking seen the video in however many years.
but I remember it though.
Yeah,
For real.
Look,
Yeah.
I can guarantee
I got a picture memory.
they would have pulled plans on the building.
Oh yeah,
Rain Man.
They would have known what's what, where. They would have got like a very, very, very good.
I'm not saying they wouldn't have done that. What I'm saying is that the lead guys got shaky and they fucked it up because they had bullets ricocheting and hitting people.
I'm telling you, that's how it is. No matter what, man. It's like you're going into a fucking active shooter. You're gonna be shaky.
Yeah.
Especially if you don't do it every
There's
day.
there's like, I don't know. I suppose my expectation with an element of execution that's expected from people that are supposed to be the highest up in that field. So you've got these guys that are supposed to be the best of the best going in to take care of the situation. They're the people that get called to take care of the situation specifically. And if they're going to fuck it up, why are they the ones going and doing it? And do we have anyone better?
You see, I actually think that they didn't need to breach because the guy did come to the window quite a number of times. So I actually believe they should have stuck
Oh, shit, yeah.
bang. So when I say bang, I mean a charge on the window and then done a coord shoot with
Coming the other way.
a shooter on the roof or something like that.
Didn't they have a shooter that was coming across from the media building across the road?
He did, but you can't. Okay, shooting through glass is not a predictable thing. So as soon as a bullet hit glass, they can veer off and things like this. So
Do they have a plan?
what you want to do is you want to eliminate that glass and then just shoot through it. And you can do that with a cold shoot. So someone's sitting there with a charge, like with a detonator, waiting. They do a cold, 3, 2, 1 sort of thing. blows the fucking glass, shoots at the same time when the guy's near. That probably would have, and then rushed the room immediately. Or in my mind, that would have been the probably the best way that could have played out. Having said that, I wasn't on the ground. I don't know the real time. I don't know the layout, the topography of the buildings and this and that. So
we can only speculate.
We don't know what was going on behind the scenes. And you also got to remember that the Channel 7 building is fucking across the street, and that was getting live media coverage up the wazoo. So they were probably like extra we're under scrutiny here.
And that's where some political shit probably comes into it. But at the same time,
we're not privy to what was going on behind the scenes.
I don't believe that for the sake of fucking media, 2 people should have lost their lives.
Right, so your original point is
absolutely.
If we had concealed carry, someone in there had concealed carry, then 2 lives were could have been saved. All right. Well,
saved.
I'll
Definitely
ask you a
increase the
question
chances.
in response to that, right? I'll fucking do a Ryan and play the devil's advocate, right? So say those 2 deaths were the only gun related deaths in Australia that year, right?
Mm-hmm.
Say we allow concealed carry, and I don't know, 100,000 people in Australia wide can concealed carry.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think there would be 2 or more unnecessary deaths because even though they've had the training and they've had to pass whatever, but a situation's escalated and someone's been shot, do you think there would be more than 2 or less than 2 unnecessary deaths because there's 100,000 people in circulation with concealed carry?
Yeah, okay, so you're definitely talking about numbers. So, and the chances of a person carrying in the situation, obviously the more people that conceal carry, the greater the chances of success.
I agree with you. Like, say one dude in that corner had a concealed carry. He could have fucking shot the assailants or done whatever.
And with very, and I will add, with very minimal training, he could have easily have ended that situation. And then you're talking about just the chance of someone with concealed carry being in the particular event on that day, could be very slim if only 100,000 Australians carried. And this comes down to, I think, like a little bit of an education and maybe a bit of a marketing thing if we were to have concealed carry. But the thing that I'm saying is at least there is a chance that a situation could have been prevented and lives could have been saved. That's what I'm saying. And
I agree.
I don't think that I don't think if we add concealed carry to Australia that our gun violence would go up. I do not think that is the case at all.
That's essentially the question, though, isn't it? Like your
That's what I'm asking you.
proposal.
So when you're talking about gun violence, okay, if there is an active shooter situation and that, I'm going to say enemy for lack of a better word, has taken up premeditated motive to kill people, in my mind, he has lost his right to, how do I put this? He has lost his right to choose whether he lives or dies in that moment. So if there is someone else that does have a weapon and kills him dead, then to me that is not a act of violence or an act of crime, I should say. It is an act of violence, but it's not an act of crime. So therefore, I don't think it should be a statistic.
I think what Caleb's doing is playing off what would be just a guess on the probability of
say there's 6 people that die in situations like that in Australia a year versus adding an extra 100,000, I'm picking a number, concealed handguns to our population. Do you think
playing on
there would
the
be?
human
I would think there would be more
even if there
gun-related deaths.
Even if I don't think so. One of the things where I think you're going to jump through hoop X, Y, and Z to get concealed carry, one of those things would certainly be a course in the proper use. And when I mean by use, I mean the proper situation to draw. And when I mean to draw, I mean to pull the weapon out and use it. Now, having said that as well, so it's an escalation of force as well. I can pull a gun on you and you will back down. I do not have to fire that gun. It's an escalation of force.
True.
So
Yeah, but you don't have to,
realistically,
but you can choose to, because people freak out. Like what Caleb's saying is he's playing on the humanity side of things. People that would
And
have a gun,
I
freak
get
out,
that.
shoot people. How often
And
do you reckon
I-
that would happen?
I don't think that would happen. Actually, I don't think it would happen. We have accidents with firearms in the hunting and shooting community that happen every now and then. And
Incredibly
that's
low, though.
that's going to happen. More people get injured playing footy than they do in the shooting community every year.
And
I don't think that statistic would change if we were to add concealed carry into our
I think you have to
environment.
add accident component to it as well.
I think you would, but I think it would be so minuscule. It would be.
No, I'd say like 5
comparison-
people would shoot themselves in a foot a year.
See this.
Honestly, I think it would.
See, to me, okay, that's not what I would call a catastrophic event. But so you're now putting 5 accidents, people shoot themselves in the foot or something like that, compared to say even if we have on those 6 major gun related incidences where people die, say 6 deaths. Say even if we have one person out of that 100,000 in concealed carry gets saved, you're saying that those 5 accidents aren't worth the life of one person? Fuck off, they are.
No, I'm just saying, like, say a bloke goes into a servo and holds it up with a knife, which is all they have available to them in Australia. There's a guy with a concealed carry in there.
That's incorrect, because we do know that criminals, one, are making firearms more and more often, and 2, the illegal firearm trade is
Just go
still
with a
there.
scenario.
These are like, and I'm not trying to say you're wrong. I'm just asking extra questions to provoke thought and continue this conversation, right? Say your average fucking ice addict goes, fuck, I need some coin, goes down to the servo with a knife or a syringe, which is what they would hold the place up with because they don't have access to a gun. And then some bloke in there sees that the cashier is being held to his throat. And he pulls his gun out, threatens him, and the guy's like, nah, fuck off, cunt, I'm going to stab this guy, and he shoots him.
Well, one, you're probably not going to draw when the knife's at your throat. You're probably going to wait for an opportune moment. But 2, this is what I was saying about jumping through hoops X, Y, and Z, which, yes, under duress and elevated adrenaline, it does become harder, but it's not an impossible task to overcome. And part of the training would be, as I said, the correct time and place to use that weapon, and if not, you will be subject. If you don't adhere to these things, you'll be subject to firearms fucking offences. That's fucking simple. So no, I don't think that you're gonna get these allegations of just fucking someone's robbing someone's fucking wallet and they turn around and fucking mag dump them. Nah, I don't think that's the case at all. And I think we actually have quite a mature society in Australia where we have the moral fibre to do this and do this properly.
So my take on all this is I think that if you got, like, I understand what you're saying, Caleb, where you're basically adding an escalation element to a scenario that would most likely end up just being in loss of property instead of loss of life. So I can see where you're coming from, but I also think that, and we can only speak anecdotally here because we're from South Australia and we've got a culture around us in the legal firearms owners culture is very, very mature. Like what you were saying, Josh, where I think that would carry over. Like if you speak to anyone our age that's a firearms owner, they know what the law is. They know what they have to do. They know that there's strict penalties that
Probably
apply.
more than those that uphold the law at times.
Absolutely.
They know more.
They do. And so I think that would carry over. So and add to that, if you had a concealed carry permit that was on top of all of the hoops you got to jump, like, I mean, we're all assuming pistols is what we're talking about here because that's obviously the concealed carry element of it. People won't go get their pistol license purely because they have to be a member of a range. They have to shoot 2 times a year. It's a fucking pain in the cunt to be a pistol owner.
Yeah.
So you're immediately eliminating all the people, like a massive number
of people. And then the rest of the hoops to jump over,
And that's the same. So I think that it immediately takes out the number of cowboys, which would create that sort of a higher risk environment. I also think that if you go through stringent training and understand that if you pull that concealed carry out of its holster, you've got a whole bunch of scrutiny that's going to come down on you, and you have to prove why. And if someone dies, there's manslaughter charges. Even if it's not murder, if it's self-defense, you can still go to jail for manslaughter. People will second guess that. People that have guns in their hands legally in Australia, or in South Australia at least, which we can only speak for, are people that understand what the laws are. They understand what their obligations are. They understand what the safety requirements are around. They also understand what life is, because they're typically hunters, and they're people that understand how detrimental it can be if it's pulled in a negative way.
Now, essentially, though, I'm just thinking about this with an open mind and shooting the shit here. I'm not shutting anything down or disagreeing.
Hit me with your
or being fucking camp.
devil's
I'm just
advocate.
saying, what you're basically then asking is for someone to be at the level where they can conceal carry, to effectively have the same amount of training as a police officer or someone in the army.
Well, so I'm going to stop you right there because, you can get away with someone that has the same level of training as a police officer with one fucking proficiency test every year. So that's fuck all. Yeah. And I can guarantee if they put guns in the hands of civilians like that, it would be more than you have to do one proficiency test a year.
No.
Is prioritising the de-escalation.
The same. I'm talking about to escalate to the situation where you've drawn your pistol,
which they do not get a lot of training on, and it's a course that you could easily make people do prior to.
Okay, all right. Then my point here, the end of my point, is you're basically asking civilians to have the same amount of training or requirement as a police officer has, and police officers still get it wrong.
Yeah, which is and
you have a different mindset. You would hope to a general
police
civilian.
Officers get it wrong, and you're not covering the factor that the point that Ryan just pointed out. So the people that are going to concealed carry will be stringent law-abiding firearm owners that know the law through and through, and will seek out advanced training more so than.
You're saying more so than a police officer?
Yes, mate. Yeah.
Well, everyone
that ain't fucking happening.
Especially
how I'm going to tell you right now, man. You get a proficiency test once a year, and you go through during the academy how to use the weapon, and that's their training. That is not hard.
You still exist. That's irrelevant. You still exist within the framework as a fucking law enforcer.
Yeah, but that respect has gone right out the window. How many people actually recognise that?
You still exist within that framework and that support network and that profession. But you're asking now
so
a
you're
civilian
not, so
to
you're
have
saying you're not a competent shooter.
It's not about being competent.
I'm not saying that at all. I'm simply going because you're talking about adding more guns to a situation to put handguns in civilians' hands and concealed carry them. We're talking lowest common denominator people.
And we've already eliminated the lowest common denominator by what Ryan just stated to you, mate. And right now, as it is, I gave up my pistol license because it was just a head fuck.
And I think
6 shoots a year.
I think the scenario that we're proposing though isn't about the gun.
So what's the point?
It's not about the gun. It's about de-escalation.
The simple point is what if one of those 1 in 100,000 people were at that cafe, 2 people right now would be having Christmas with their family.
I see that logic.
Right now. So I'm gonna put this to you as a dad. What if your daughter was in that cafe? What if she was one of the 2? She was 18. She was there having a coffee. What then, Caleb? What then, mate? There you go.
I reckon I acknowledge that point that 2 people could have been saved, right? But I think on the bigger scale, adding concealed carry to the general population would cause more incidents and deaths a year than saving 2 people for that year.
I don't think so.
I think Caleb's, to summarise, Caleb's argument here, well, not argument, Caleb's point is that his faith in the greater human society is that they do not have the competency to be able to de-escalate without introducing the firearm and then have that escalate to a point where there's loss of life.
Well, this is the thing. Like most fighters that you see, they will talk themselves out of a fight before they have to fight. It's the same thing with a gun owner. Caleb's working on a simple numbers fact. More guns on the streets equals more violence. Not true.
The likelihood of a law-abiding gun owner who's gone through, I think the primary point that we're missing here is it's not the gun that's the issue. It's about the person who's operating it and whether they draw it or not, which is contributing to the escalation of the system.
But we've covered this in its training.
Yeah, but this is what I'm saying. So I think if that was going to happen, like parameters that I would say I would be okay with is that the training is primarily focused on de-escalation, not the fact that you've got a concealed permit.
That would be a humongous part of it, man, and be enforced in law that you need to have no other fucking option.
Yeah. What have you done? What have you done to de-escalate the situation before you've drawn your firearm? And
what I'm saying is cops still get that wrong. So how's the general public going to do better than cops?
Because cops are just normal people, man.
And
yeah,
look,
they've had extra training.
But they don't. They don't have any specific training in this. They go through units that they have.
Then I find it preposterous that we'll ever get to a level where we will train the general public more than our fucking
So I'm going to tell you right now, police don't join the police to become firearms enthusiasts. Shooters become shooters because they're firearms enthusiasts.
They have a pistol as a tool to use for the situations you're fucking describing.
And this is something that I believe that they certainly need, that they should have more training, and it's a budget
they lack it,
thing.
and there's a funding issue there for sure.
No,
I agree with you 100%. But then to introduce concealed carry and say we're going to fund training people.
Well, no, we're not funding. You pay for it. So we're adding a stimulus to the economy, mate.
Who's going to do it?
What do you mean? Who's going to do it? I'd start a shooting school tomorrow if this is it.
There are shooting schools that you can go to do pistol training.
There is. Avi, your mate, Avi Yemeni, he used to run.
My mate.
He used to run.
Those guys are tight.
Exactly this. A course that taught you to carry a pistol for these situations.
You can do it. There's
shoot.
courses in Adelaide you can go to a pistol, not concealed carry, but you can do like pistol tactical training.
I'm not.
Would you trust yourself if you were in that link?
I don't trust other people.
Would you trust yourself?
I don't trust other people.
No, that wasn't the question. Would you trust yourself at that Lint Cafe if you were there to act on a moment?
The question isn't about him. The question is about other
concealed
people.
Carry. So
you're saying if I had concealed carry, would I fucking act correctly in that situation?
If you do, then what's the difference between you or me sitting in that cafe? What's the difference between you, me, or Catchy, or Ryan, or fucking anyone else?
We're a little bit higher than the lowest.
How many shooters do you know that are fuckwits? Not many.
I've never fired a handgun in my life.
We're not. The question isn't about the cafe. The question is about concealed carry.
All right, so
I think we're getting a little bit sidetracked
this situation where I've gone through. Look, I'm not 100% against it, Josh. I just don't fucking think adding more guns is the solution to solve the situation you've just said.
So, and this comes down to a simple thing of value of life. Maybe not something that you've quite become aware of.
But I've just gone back to you with a counter argument saying extra 100,000 guns of people that concealed carry, there would be more accidents than the two people that saved in that one situation.
No.
There would. There'd be more accidents.
No, because you're saying that there will be more accidents because law-abiding. You can have an accident with a rifle, mate. You know, us shooters can have it. It happens very, very rarely in society now. And yes, you're right. Okay, you're never going to be 100%. But right now, even with the firearms that were allowed, it is fucking minuscule. People get robbed that are firearm owners when they're inside their house and they still know the law, still don't pull their gun, still get fucking robbed and let them go. What you're saying is fucking absolutely incorrect.
And you're telling me in that situation, you're concealed carry, some guy comes at your house, you ain't going to fucking shoot him?
See, and this is part of where with this comes, obviously there needs to be some new law written and the castle law needs to be readjusted. And that's one thing I certainly believe. If someone came into your home and you've got your girls and they robbed your house and they threatened violence over you or your girls or even took one of your girls, what is your end state that you do right now without anything?
Mate, I'd do anything. I'd fucking murder a cunt, right, when it comes to protecting them.
All right, so do you think you have a right to do that?
When it comes to protecting my family,
I think we're going down a bit too much of a rabbit hole in this one, gentlemen.
So you right there, your argument on everything is mute.
Yeah, but you've just basically put more value on stopping your car getting stolen versus someone getting shot trying to steal your car.
No. Once again, you're missing the point. You're missing what Ryan covered, and that is simply the escalation of force. you can't just fucking someone stealing my car. Oh, mag dump. Yes, situation averted.
There is
No.
people that would do that though.
I'm saying there's people that do that even with the
what we're
training in the
weighing
heat of the
up
moment
here-
with adrenaline.
What we're weighing
I
up
don't
here
think so.
is
This is
not-
something that you can get
We're not
past.
saying there's no definitive in this. You can't say because what you're going to do is base your opinion on what you know and what is around you.
Well,
Caleb's going to base his opinion on
so-
his trust in greater
So
society.
is this
Hang
something
on, let me
that-
finish. Let me finish. So what Caleb's saying is that he doesn't trust greater society in eliminating completely the probability of there being a mishandling of the firearm, which would mean it increase.
And there's criminals already doing this?
Yeah, no, he's talking about in putting an added element to it. So you're increasing the likelihood, increasing
Which
the
is already
probability.
there because we're already firearm owners. So, you know,
Yeah, but when you're talking about a concealed fire, I can see what Caleb's talking about. Where you're talking about guys that have guns in a situation where if there wasn't a gun in the situation, it does reduce the probability of there being.
but
a
does
death.
this mean that all this should be shunned and
No, absolutely
fucking
not.
And I'm
put in
not
a
saying
box
it
and
should
be
closed?
Not at all. Not
Or
at
should
all.
it be
I'm just saying-
addressed and seen if it is possible?
We don't. The answer to that is we don't know.
don't know.
None of us.
None of
here
us are
know.
experts.
No.
Yeah, we're only speculating, and like I said, we're all playing from what we know and what we think, and our own personal understanding of what the broader
just
society's
gonna
actions are going to be.
Err more on the side of caution rather than fling the
And
cats open.
I'm on the side of life. So I value.
It's not to say that we're not on the side of life.
No,
though.
but this is how I'm looking at it. Is more so on the value of life, the life of the innocents.
So if you have, let me put it to you like this: if you have someone who has tried to de-escalate, has done everything that they can, they're very well trained, they have got all their permits, and there is someone who's in their house and they pull their gun, that person is there just to rob them. They pull their gun, they let off 5 rounds in the direction of the person that they're trying to stop from stealing their whatever is worth X amount. It hits one of their family members and kills them.
Yeah. So
If that gun was not in that scenario, would that have been the same
Well,
thing?
once
The only
again-
thing that would have been lost is property.
once again, if you have a gun cabinet and you have a rifle, you can do this anyway. So this situation certainly can still be valid right now.
Have the same thing in a jewelry
But
store.
right now, no, it's an escalation of force. If those members that robbed my house were unarmed, no, I would straight away be like, take what you want, and comply with all their demands and let them take what they want and go. If they came in with hostile intent and were armed,
Same scenario. You're still firing.
I would certainly, to start with, I would certainly do what they wanted and try and de-escalate and offer them whatever they wanted to take to start with. And secondly, in doing that, I would group my family, if I could, into one area, which they're going to
So-
do anyway for control,
Well, they may
control
not.
over the situation.
They may
they're
not.
gonna
You
do it.
don't know that. So you're assuming that they're going to come in with a
That's
pre-thought about
just like
plan.
breaking 101, man. You're gonna if you've got 3 people in 5
No, it's not.
rooms.
80% of crime is done out of opportunity.
I can listen to the Christmas spirit in this room.
So much Christmas.
No,
spirit.
you
Anyway,
get- you need to
we're
control.
burning time on this. So
Well,
this is
No,
something
hang
we
on,
can dive
hang on.
into.
I got one more thing to say. Let's change the wording, all right? Because this is my way of thinking on this whole thing, right? In Australia, 10 people die of a certain disease a year, right? 10 people. Oh, we got to address this fucking 10 people dying a year. Everyone take this vaccine. 100,000 people take this vaccine. Now, 15 people die of the vaccine a year instead of 10 people from the fucking disease.
So we're already allowing what you're proposing.
No,
Harry,
he's
anyway, but yeah.
I know,
the
but
principle.
that's my
Think of the
logic.
principle.
That's my logic. That's
Yeah.
where I'm thinking.
And if it saves 10 people, well,
But now 15 people have died from the vaccine.
is 5 people that have died out of the 10, out of the 50, the total 15? Is that the greater good?
Let's just agree to
Is that the greater
disagree
good?
and love each
Anyway,
other in a
this
very
actually
special way,
brought
as we
me-
always do.
Can we group
Fucking-
hug?
Hang on, this actually brought
touch
me
tips?
to what I got for Christmas.
Yeah,
What
the
a
fuck?
fucking segue.
What the fuck? Rabbit hole much? Jesus.
I said I want a resource-based economy.
I just saw fucking Alice changing her underwear and a caterpillar getting fucking high.
All I can say is Kat and I bought a 79.
Oh, I knew you were going to do that. I fucking knew it. Hey, we've got this caravan that we can't tow with anything. Oh. All you need is an excuse.
Yep. So
Is this the response you want?
Yeah, hang on. You bought a 79 at the highest mark
No. So out of this hour and 3 minutes, I've been wanting to say that for the whole entire time. So I've wanted to own a decent four-wheel drive for a long, long time, and obviously we've got the caravan, so we need something to tow a fucking 3.6 ton unladen caravan with.
So
and
you're
we looked
pushing
at
4.2 when you're done.
Yeah, probably. But we looked at fucking a whole variety of four-wheel drives. We looked at the 200. We looked at the Isuzu four-wheel drive truck of Echo. We looked at the 79. We looked at an 80 series. We looked at heaps. And this is the funny line, right? So you go online right now and look for a 79, you're going to be paying like 90 to fucking 130 grand.
How much dick did you suck?
Guess how much
Dicks
a
you
brand
sucked?
new 79 we got
You
for?
sucked a lot of dicks.
76 grand.
A brand new one.
Brand new one.
Brand new.
From where?
From Jarvis Twitter.
What's the catch?
Yeah,
There
gotta be
is no
catch.
catch. It's fucking brand new.
When do you get it? Is the
12
catch.
months.
Yeah, that's the catch. Yeah.
There's the catch right there. And
Fucking
it only
hell.
comes in lime green.
Lime green, 12-month
Sandy,
wait.
No, we went to the Sandy Torpe.
What?
You got Sandy Torp.
Yep.
That's going to mark up real bad on the inside.
Oh. Didn't you want
No.
Didn't you want an auto though?
We did, and that's something that the problem is the 200s are even more expensive, man. So we were like, and the 300, I'm a bit iffy about buying the first series of something, even though the reviews say the 300 is quite good.
He's not an early adopter.
But yeah, we went to the 79.
Cool.
We're trading in two cars for this, by the way.
So you're going from two vehicles to one vehicle.
One extreme vehicle.
How is that got? Have you thought about the logistics and how that's going to work?
No, he just has to have an Instagram account dedicated to the 79 and just have bitches with fucking G-strings
Do you know what?
draped off of it.
I'm convinced.
He'll be the most successful man alive.
I'm just going to say that on that note, I'm convinced we just get a couple of like hot birds in here, get their titties out, and do a couple of Instagram posts, and we'll get an extra 10,000 followers.
Fuck it,
I'll wear a fucking bikini.
Yeah.
I'm doing that.
we
We're
should just
doing
do that ironically anyway.
We're going to do that ironically.
We should do a G-string photo shoot around our cars.
Fucking oath, we will. And then we were like, oh, I did a thing.
Yeah, I feel like we'd lose followers if we did a G-string thing.
Look, mad love to everyone who gets their ass out on Instagram, by the way.
Oh, we appreciate that.
Because we appreciate looking at it, but
But anyway, there's the big news.
Oh, I love nude people on
Thank you,
Instagram.
Josh.
Yeah.
it's only an hour it's taking you to tell us.
Yeah,
After
and
telling us 2 hours before we
I
recorded.
did not
Yeah.
tell you before we recorded as well.
You were holding that in for a while,
Yeah.
huh? I could see
Yeah.
you bursting the seams, mate.
Oh, I was.
This is why I call him the teaser pony.
It was a good price. We're obviously.
So is that with everything? Like you get your bull bar, your tow bar?
No, that's with no tray.
That's with...
With no options whatsoever. Just POV
You just get a
No,
chassis.
it's the GXL, but with
POV pack.
with nothing, no tray
POV pack. It's just a fucking chassis.
and a cab.
So you
It's a
can...
cab chassis. All right, the catches are coming out now.
Yeah.
Okay, so he's got a Sandy Torp cab chassis, 79
tray.
series. That's what a cab chassis is. It's just a cab and a chassis. There's no tray.
No tray. No tray.
I think this is going to end up costing you more.
You know when we went to the full drive show and we were like, build your own
Yeah.
car?
Oh, yeah.
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 Josh got to the first page of that and
like,
then
ooh.
went, buy now. But it's Sandy
Hang on,
Torp.
I got to the first page. Jesus, mate. Nah,
He was still stuck on the title.
It was good.
Look, well done to you. Congratulations.
Yeah.
You've continued the
Because
Toyota purchases.
let's face it, the Hilux, the chassis would probably be ripped in half if I tried to tow that.
I don't think it would move.
No,
I
I
think
don't reckon.
you'd break something on the inside of it before it even moved an inch.
Yeah, man, 100%.
Look, you don't surprise me. You've
Look-
continued to trend with your purchases.
Look, this is our house, so essentially, it is going to be.
It's more like your granny flat because the caravan's your house.
Well, okay, Australia's our house because we can go anywhere because it's caravan.
Oh, touche.
Yeah, but
Well,
when most
Australia's
people,
your backyard, mate. Come on.
when most people think caravan, they think Jayco, not fucking Lotus.
Yeah. Lotus is just fucking
When
expensive.
most people think buy a 4-drive, they think, oh, I'll just fucking tow my Jayco with the Colorado. No, 79 series.
Well,
What would you do in my
I think he's
position?
applying the same logic as he does to his guns. Just buy the most expensive fucking thing you can find, and then it doesn't matter because it's the best, so it has to be good.
And it'll work. Nah.
Look, congratulations. I do
Thank
different things with my money. You know this, but it's okay.
Thank you. Thank you.
We are definitely going to be taking that fucking thing out while we go hunting and like pinstriping the shit out of it. And
I've already said that. Yeah, it's.
have you prepped the missus for that? Be like, you know what? It's going
already
to come
said.
back with scratches.
Yeah, already
Sandy
said.
scratched, not Sandy.
I'll probably be precious for a month, and then I'll probably one of you two will kick me in the nuts, and I'll be like, yeah, okay.
Yeah,
it's
I'll
still-
just key the fucking thing. Just be like, it's done, man. It's done. Get
Please
used to it.
Please don't just.
I'm going to have sex in the
It's
Lotus
going to be a
before you
massive
do.
dick.
I challenge you to
I'm
that.
gonna like get my.
Oh, I'm going
keys.
to find out where it's being built and fucking have sex on the chassis. I'm going to have sex on the chassis of it before you even take possession of it, mate.
Yeah, you and all the fucking line workers
Correct.
in an orgy. Ugh, this car smells like a bunch of gay.
Do you know what's holding this
100%.
chassis together? My semen.
Bit of sticker flex.
Tacky, very tacky. My God, it's flaking.
All right, you done?
Yeah, bro. Yeah, I just wanted to take an hour and 9 minutes to tell you guys through tangents that I bought a 79.
Plus the extra 2 hours before we recorded. 3 hour tease.
Oh shit!
If only you knew how to do 3 hours of foreplay, you'd be just
You'd,
a god.
Oh, mate.
You'd be a god amongst women.
I found the G spot.
Yours?
It's through the anus.
You'll find a female.
I believe that's called
you'll
the
find a
P
female
spot.
one eventually.
So what's Yippee Kiyay?
What am I bringing to it?
No, is that
He's done. His topic's done.
what your topic is? Oh, Yippee Kiyay! I bought a fucking 79 series.
He's like, Yippee-ki-yay, Die Hard's a Christmas movie. What do you want for Christmas?
Christmas present.
It's loose. It was, he mainly
that was
just wanted,
fuck. I thought you were just generally chit chatting.
he mainly just wanted to talk about his Christmas.
I didn't
present.
thought we'd launched into it yet. I didn't think we'd launched into it yet.
No, you're done, aren't you?
Yeah,
He's
yeah,
actually done.
yeah. I'm spent.
Wow, good thought.
Cool.
Well, there was an hour and 10 minutes of dribble, so yeah, it was a good talk. All right, Caleb.
Yeah, my turn. Cool. So, Yippee-ki-yay, motherfuckers, is, of course, from Die Hard. And the whole point of Die Hard is the fact that he's hard to kill.
Oh fuck.
No, I'm going to go, I'm sure.
Really? And you just like Christmas presents or Yippee-ki-yay? How the fuck did you be like hard to kill?
I think
From
he's- you-
Yippee-ki-yay.
I think
He
you've gone-
is
stolen.
very hard to kill.
That's why it's called Die Hard because he's
Die
hard to kill.
Hard.
Literally shoot him.
No,
But he
you're missing
dodges
the
bullets
point.
and goes in air ducts and does random shit down elevator shafts. It's been a while since I've seen Die Hard.
What's the
Does
dude's
he,
name?
does he sleep with his wife
Hans.
at the beginning in the Christmas? Oh no, that was it. Someone has sex at the beginning of the movie.
I don't know. I feel like I should remember that.
Were you
But
having sex when you watched it?
Probably not.
that was the
To be
porn
honest-
version, Come Hard.
It's like hit and miss. I don't know if it was me or other people.
Anyway, all right. So my take on Yippee-ki-yay, motherfuckers, is the 10 toughest animals in various categories.
Oh, Joshua Bates.
You have literally word for word stolen what I was going to do.
Get fucked.
the 10 toughest
10
animals.
toughest
10
animals.
toughest animals. So, firstly, I'm going to give you there's 10 different categories that they're fucking tough in. I'm going to get you to guess what the animal is, then I'll tell you why. Is this what you fucking done?
Fuck, if you literally, that's what I was going to do. This is the information. Pick which one it is.
Suck a dick.
Did you both Google the same thing?
Probably.
I purposely went, how can I twist this so that no one else will think about it?
Okay, cool. Well, let's start.
Okay.
Cool story, bro.
Cool, but I'm first. All right, so the toughest for surviving at extreme altitude, what animal would
Joshua
you
Bates.
I'm going to say
You can't just
it's
guess
the
Joshua Bates every time.
mountain
That's
goat.
it. Yes, I reckon.
get? Is that because you did this?
Joke's on you, motherfucker. I know
so-
the answers.
Oh, let's see how well you did your research then. without your notes. Yes, because they can live at over 13,000 feet, which is 4 kilometres above sea level. They've got 2 toes, which spread out, and they've got this fucking rough pad on the bottom of each toe. They can also jump 12 feet from rock to rock, which is like
Horizontal jump.
It's nearly 4 meters, and that helps them get across gaps and fucking climb mountains and shit.
That's one of
They're also
probably
getting
the
smaller.
biggest things I want to hunt.
The size of them is getting smaller.
But you got to do some serious altitude training to be able to fucking survive there yourself.
No, you missed that. They were second. Joshua Bates was first for that list. We just said this.
Everyone knows you're too small to get up the mountain.
All right, what's the toughest for number 2? What's the toughest for living in extreme cold? Is this still the same list, right?
Oh.
I'll let Josh answer this before I get it right.
Are we talking in water, out of water?
Out of water.
Out of water.
Mammal on land.
Ooh, muskox.
No.
No. Okay. Wait.
Think smaller.
Wait. Fox. Yeah. Boom.
What type of fox?
An Arctic fox.
Correct.
Boom.
Ding, 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 ding. Well done. Right, so they live on the Arctic tundra in the northern hemisphere, and temperatures can get down to minus 50 degrees Celsius plus and winds of 100 k's an hour. Now, they survive because their thick fur traps the heat, and then they burrow to have a warm place to sleep. Their fur is the warmest of any mammal on the planet.
Oh, we can attest to how nice a fox pelt is.
Well,
This is winter coat.
Arctic fox. This is
Yeah.
neck level.
Like long-haired foxes.
Now, they've also adapted extra thick ears because obviously your extremities get the worst in the cold. So their ears are extra thick, and they're, instead of like, you know how normal foxes have long snouts, they've actually got a short snout so they don't have such a long thing to fucking
Blood
snap off in this.
circulation.
Yeah, basically. So there you go. And they don't hibernate either.
Ooh.
Fucking look at you. Got one right. 1 from 2. Right, what's the best for surviving extreme heat? I'm sure Ryan knows the answer.
Hang on. Once again, are we talking... Ooh.
We're not talking the water, like extreme
No,
heat.
I was thinking like a reptile.
No.
No, okay.
No.
Extreme heat. Extreme heat.
Think deserts.
Is it a bird?
No.
No.
Is it a plane?
No. Okay.
Is it Superman?
We have a variety of them in Australia.
I'm thinking
They're introduced, obviously.
mice or rabbits.
No, bigger animal.
Roos.
No,
Goats.
no.
Wait.
No.
Wait.
Stop guessing.
Wait.
I'm going to fucking
wait,
tell you.
Wait.
You won't get
Wait.
it.
Wait.
It's
Buffalo.
So obvious. No.
Crocs. I don't know.
Think desert, man.
Fucking desert. I'm trying to think there's something. Well, there's
Think
camel.
Yeah.
Think Arabian. Yes.
Yeah.
But
Wow.
there's a certain one. You won't get it. It's called a Bactrian camel. They're the ones with 2 humps,
right.
not the one with 1 hump. And they live in the Gobi Desert in Central Asia, and the temperatures are like 40 plus for days on end. They can drink 50 litres of water in 13 minutes, and they don't sweat much, so they conserve water by not sweating, basically. They have 2 humps of stored fat, which they can convert into food or water as needed, and they can live for 6 or 7 months without refilling on water. So basically, you roll in the servo, you fill up with 50 litres, 7 months later, you go back in the servo and fill up again.
Yeah, it's not bad.
It's pretty good.
Good size.
Bad.
Not bad, good size.
It's called water.
It's called Camel Pack.
Okay. I wonder if that's why they named it Camelback.
I wonder.
Quality marketing.
Marketing teams, man. Fuck me. Anyway, number 4, toughest for surviving without water. Not a camel.
Without water.
Yes, without water. Like without drinking.
Without drinking.
Land animal, very tall. Very tall.
Giraffe.
Fucking nailed it. First go.
Boom.
Sure you didn't do the same research, right?
I got a feeling that they get their liquid source from what they eat.
Very good. Someone's been watching David Attenborough. So they can go 3 weeks without drinking water because they are vulnerable to predators when bending down to drink. So their special ability basically helps them to survive. and they get most of their water from the acacia leaves they eat.
Yeah.
So
figured.
you nailed that one. Ding, 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 ding. Right, best for or toughest for surviving without food.
Are we talking about omnivore, carnivore, or
Carnivore.
Carnivore. Without food.
Reptile.
Reptile. I'm feeling a snake. Whoa. Well, crocodile.
Roy's doing fucking hand gestures. You bloody cheated on your test again. Yes, they can go 3 years without eating.
Holy fuck.
3 fucking years because they have a very, very slow metabolism and they can basically float for ages without moving at all. And in extreme cases, they can actually go dormant and live off their own tissue.
Fucking hell.
So,
That makes sense though.
yeah,
Because, that makes perfect sense actually.
The ultimate.
3 bloody years. All right, let's keep rolling.
I mean, like in Darwin, actually, like it was rare that you would see, and I was out a lot, and it was rare you'd see a croc eat. Like I think I saw maybe one take a bird, one take a fish.
Well, they don't eat very often.
Yeah,
You know,
that's the point.
Like it was very. I never saw them take anything massive, to be honest.
They're gonna go for the easier, smaller prey, though, aren't they?
Well, it depends on where they live, actually. So the further inland, actually, they go, and like the water courses dry up, and it's more like holes. They actually are forced to take livestock, so they'll be forced to take bigger animals.
Yeah, because they got no other option.
They've got no other option. So
Well,
they typically get bigger. From my experiences, I saw a lot bigger crocodiles, like right inland, than I did, say, in like Shady Camp and all the estuaries, sort of like coming in and out of Darwin. Having said that, there were quite a few big ones that used to sit out the coast. Like they'd swim in off the coast, and maybe like 12 foot plus.
there you go. Well, one of the other lists I was reading was hunting skills of animals or the success rate of hunts. So, wild dogs, like hunting dogs,
Yeah, because it's a pack animal.
pack animal, they're 85% success rate, but actually eating their kill, they're only 15% because fucking lions and shit just come and steal what they've got. But in terms of going hunting and getting something, 85%, and then it like goes down and down and down. I think cheetahs were like 58%. Lions were like 25. Jaguars and leopards and all that sort of shit were in there around 30 or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
So, and polar bears were like 10% or 5%, sorry. So you can imagine going out 20 times and getting something 1 out of 20.
Which sounds like an average hunting trip for us.
All right, polar bear crew unite. Woo.
Actually, like it's funny when you look at dogs attacking, they probe an animal. So like they'll have their prey and they'll cut it off. That's pretty simple. But they'll actually send in dogs to like nip at heels and they'll probe it so it confuses the animal. And then, one will latch on typically we'll say for like a wild dog here, they'll latch on to like a Achilles or something like that, bring it down that way, and then one will obviously get its neck. But it's very funny that, like, watching them, they will probe animals and just find their weakness and confuse them. And then,
Hyenas do the same thing.
Yeah.
Yep. All right. Toughest for protecting itself.
For protecting itself.
Protecting itself.
I'm thinking a mammal,
Yes.
and I'm thinking something with spikes.
No.
No, armadillo.
No.
Armadillo doesn't have spikes.
No, well, he said no for spikes.
Nah, just toughest for like taking on motherfuckers.
Mammal.
As in the toughest cunt ran.
I think died, man. Yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker. There's 2 famous sporting people that go by this nickname. One plays rugby, the other one is a Formula 1 driver.
Wallaby.
No.
Nah, think of an animal that will take on anything, but like will never back down. It's a vicious motherfucker.
Australian?
No.
No. But both of
Possum?
the sporting people are Australian that have this moniker.
One of them was on The Bachelor.
Oh, the honey badger, yeah.
Nick Cummins. The other one's Daniel Ricciardo, the Formula One driver. Yes, they're only about 3 feet long and they weigh between 5 and 14 kilos, and they use their long claws to fight off much larger predators like lions and leopards. So we're talking like, I don't know how many times big, 10 times as big. They never back down and can release an odor. They're actually in the skunk family, so they can release an odor powerful enough to make attackers retreat as well.
Yeah.
So if you're a honey badger and you've got a lion coming at you, you don't just run away. You'd be like, fucking come at me, bro. I'm going to fucking fart on you and scratch you.
Damn. Yeah. Gas
What a
bombs
way
and
to
shank
fight
knives.
dirty.
Basically. All right, toughest hunting skills.
What do you mean by that?
Just in terms of doing something like brute force-ish.
Brute force? Bear.
Like strong.
Bear?
Strong? No. Think in the cat family.
Right, just let me get my head around it. Bite force.
Have you used the word bite force?
It's just fun to say.
It's part of the answer,
Bite
but
force.
he's introduced bite force into the equation on his own.
I'm thinking. I want to stereotype a lion, but I'm thinking more along the lines of a tiger or something. But yeah,
You're close. Think's a bit smaller than a tiger, though.
bit smaller than a tiger. Brute force, not a jaguar.
Yes, jaguar.
Huh.
They can drag a 200-plus kilo deer up a tree once they kill it, and it's twice their own body weight.
Yeah, but that's just
So they're like
gym it,
they're
bro.
like 100, 120 kilos. They can drag like a 240 kg deer up a tree to like a branch fucking in the forest, as high as you like, and then they eat it up there. And you were on the right track with bite force because they also have the strongest bite force of all cats.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to think of. Thanks, David.
Who's Dave?
David
Attenborough.
Oh. Thanks, Dave.
World around us.
Champion.
All right, number 8. We're nearly there. Toughest for toxicity. Obviously, it's a snake.
You know
Let's
what this
fast
one
track
is.
this fucking thing. African.
It's also a dance.
It's not just the most poisonous snake.
I have Taipan in my head, but it's
I think
It's a certain colour. And it's a dance.
it's a big.
a colour and a dance. I feel like as soon as you say this, I'm going to be like,
That's the mumbo, you dickhead.
Yeah, but he wouldn't know that.
a colour. Oh, God.
All right, it's black something.
Black. I don't know. Black
Black mamba.
mamba. Yeah.
From
Kill
East
Bill.
Africa. Rated as the world's deadliest snake because it doesn't strike just once, but repeatedly to ensure a large amount of venom goes into its, generally if it's being attacked by something else.
Basically an asshole.
Like, so if an owl or a vulture or a mongoose is having a go at it, it'll just fucking, firstly it rears up, flares out its bloody hood and shit. If that doesn't fuck off the attacker, then it goes at it and just repeatedly bites it, and it'll be dead. Well, it's whatever it bites will be dead in 20 minutes.
Huh.
So you're saying it flares its hood and then keeps going in and out and in and out.
Yeah, have you never? Oh, you don't have a hood.
Yeah. Nah, hoodless,
Suck a
bro.
dick.
Try that, not into it.
A hooded dick. 9. Toughest for relative strength.
An ant.
No.
Oh, are we talking about animal?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I think the list was toughest animals. Yes.
All right. For relative strength.
Ants are fucking strong, yes. But this particular thing can push an object more than 200 times its own weight.
Can push.
Push an object
Think small.
200 times its own weight. And this particular thing weighs 3.5 ounces.
I'm thinking like a gerbil or something, actually, like a mouse or
No.
Smaller.
Do you give up?
smaller. And an animal.
It's a beetle.
It's an insect.
That's an insect. For
not
fuck's
an
sake. You just fucked yourself there with your list.
It's a dung beetle.
Yeah, but that's not an animal.
That's not even worth it.
Yeah. Yeah.
To be fair, they're just pushing shit around, but it's 200 times more weight. All right. Don't answer yourself. Number 10. What's the toughest for brute strength?
Yeah, Josh, me. 100%.
All right. What's number 2 then?
which has never been tested ever.
For brute strength, a bear. It's got to be a bear.
No.
All right. It's got to be an elephant.
Brute strength.
Brute strength.
So
Primate
for
family.
what it can do
Oh,
compared to
fucking gorilla.
Yep, well done.
Yeah.
Estimated they have 20 times the strength of an adult human male.
Yeah, they're my cousins, so.
20
It's in
times.
the
Well,
DNA. I should
on-
have fucking said that, shouldn't
well, funny you say that also because their DNA is 98% the same as humans.
Run
I?
back was a crime.
So
Can you push 20 times the size of your body weight? Fuck, that'd be what, 2 tons for you?
no. They're 20 times stronger than a human male. So
Oh,
if
then
you can lift 100 kilos, that can lift 2 ton.
Yeah, that's fucked, eh? Actually, I kind of.
That's fucking strong.
It's funny when I work out at the gym. I sit there and I actually picture because I watched Planet of the Apes the other week, and I'll picture just like getting that leathery skin that's just fucking like you press it and it just there's no movement in your muscle.
You imagine
because
being
it's
a
just
silverback
solid.
is what you're saying.
And then I'm like, yeah, pretty much.
So silverbacks are between 4 and 6 feet tall.
So between Josh and me,
Yeah, effectively.
I told you, me.
And they weigh about 200 kilos. So a bit more mass than you.
Yeah, I don't think that's fat, man. I think that's just
It's
fucking
muscle.
pure
That's pure muscle.
Yeah.
But
Like, imagine getting into a fight with one of those fuckers. Like, if he had the coordination and dexterity of you, like trying to fight something like that.
yeah, you'd be fucked.
Yeah. He'd just like pick you up and
They're
snap you
quick
up.
though. Like
Yeah.
they got some serious fast twitch on them.
I feel like after they'd rape you just for fun, just because it was just like I've just fucked
No,
you,
not
now
because
I'm
he
gonna
wants
fuck
to,
you.
because he has to.
Like, yeah, I don't know. I actually, I really, Joe Rogan talks about this actually, how soft humans are compared to animals. And that sort of
they are.
like resonates with me because I'm like, fuck, at one point in time, we must have been harder than what we are now. We are getting softer. Like our skeletal structure is getting fucking weaker. Muscle mass is getting smaller. This and that. And at one point we lived in a harsh environment and we didn't have like rock solid houses with air conditioning and fucking heating and this and that. So it's like we had to put up with those elements. We had to, you know, we didn't have shoes, you know, our feet would have been fucking hard.
If you don't use it, you lose it. That's how
Yeah.
that's how the world works, how all biology works.
Yeah.
And now everyone just lives a fucking docile life.
It makes me wonder if there's a point where we're going to get. There was a show, it was a cartoon, and like
Wall-E.
yeah, where they're fucking around these little beds that fucking zip around everywhere.
They're all fat motherfuckers and they're all pieces of shit.
Yeah,
Do you know what's going to crush you the most about gorillas?
what?
The vegetarians.
Oh, that's because they're gay. Leave that in there. That's because they're fucking homos.
I can't leave that in there.
Nah.
Say something else exclamatory about the fact that gorillas are vegetarians.
It's because they don't have the brain capacity to realise they would have better protein and iron out of fucking meat.
A small percentage eat some insects, but by and large they are vegetarians.
It's because they're just weak.
20 times stronger than you, weak, to be exact.
Are they primarily vegetarian? Because I know that some apes eat other,
Talking about gorillas.
specifically gorillas. I mean, I don't know.
Specifically gorilla-
I'm asking you because I haven't.
You didn't get to
researched
that point in the fucking research? Okay.
No, I skipped over that part because I knew they were vegetarians, and then
Well, if you went to the same website I did, there was an extra little link down the bottom. You can like read more about gorillas. I went to the read more about gorillas section.
that went in the can't be fucked basket.
I bet it-
Nah, I don't. Yeah, I fucking.
Do you know what? I'm gonna jump straight on the back end of what your list was, and I'm gonna add another one
Ooh.
to the Die Hard. Clearly, you didn't hit the links that I clicked. So there is another, albeit very, very small entity.
You did that research while I was talking, I bet.
No, I didn't. I've got it written here. Do you want to see it? Well,
His phone's up
can't
there.
look.
You can't.
My phone is, for those playing at home, my phone is duct taped to a microphone stand.
Oh, no, he's using the photographic memory you talked about earlier. So watch the fucking nature documentary in 1995.
Yeah.
Go on.
Great long-term memory, shitty short-term memory.
Send it.
So,
Mate.
there is, I'm going to give you some statistics, some information here.
Of course, the statistics.
So, this particular, I'm going to call it an animal, can survive from minus 272 degrees Celsius up to 150 degrees Celsius. It can withstand the pressure of, it can withstand up to 6 times the pressure of the deepest floor of the ocean. It can be boiled in alcohol and will still survive.
Your mum.
I feel like it's a fish, not a fucking animal.
No, it's
Like a jellyfish or some sort of amoeba or some bullshit.
no. You're never going to guess this. I'll tell you what. It's actually a microscopic organism called a.
It's not an animal.
I didn't say it was an animal.
He said
You
he's
did.
going to. He said, to be fair, he said I'm going to call it an animal, which means it's probably not what we would describe as an animal, but he's going to call it one.
It's a tardigrade, which is like a. It's like a little. It looks it's like moss bear is the other nickname that it has. It's like a tiny little organism that has, I think, 8 legs, and 2 of them are actually backwards on it. It's weird. For those playing at home, Google it. It's spelled TARDIGRADE. It's pretty cool. It's like an indestructible organism.
So it shouldn't be
Imagine
an
the
offence to
person
call someone a
that
tart.
found that. How boring their fucking life would have been.
Well, no, their life is actually pretty fucking interesting
No,
because
the person that found it.
as in the biologist that discovered it.
He would have been twiddling his thumbs for ages, probably cranked fucking 50 times.
Probably made it up. He probably just fucking put some sea monkeys in a glass. Like, oh, look, I found a new fucking organism. Just make up some stats.
Well, they've done some serious experiments on these things to try and kill it. Like they sent it to them out in space, in the vacuum of space, and 2/3 of them survived.
Holy fuck.
Yeah, they're actually on the moon now as well because there was a satellite that was carrying some of them. I don't know when it was, but they'd crashed into the moon, and so now they're on the moon as well, so they can survive in space. They only have a lifespan of about between 3 and 30 months, but they are asexual, so they reproduce on their own. So if you get one of them that goes into any environment, it can reproduce on its own, and then it becomes a colony.
So it fucks itself.
What pronouns do they prefer?
Fuck off is the pronoun.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fucking hell.
So yeah, pretty cool, man. Like it's in most
So life can be sustained on.
Yeah, it's indestructible. It does.
Imagine what that may tell us in the future in science. Like, we found that they find cures in some forms of cancers and things like this out of insects and all this that they find in rainforests. Imagine if they could find a use for that organism.
Mate, we have got so much to like. We still can't synthesize spider webs. Like spider web is the strongest element. Not even that's the right word, but the strongest thing in terms of.
Is it
weight
stronger
load.
than a fucking diamond?
Yeah, in terms of like tensile strength.
Yeah, tensile strength.
Yeah, it's the strongest thing that we've found. That's
But I can break it with
malleable.
my finger.
In the equivalent of if you had it the size of a rope, the strength that it would have. So
Why don't they make rope out of it?
that's what I'm saying. They can't synthesize it yet.
Why don't they milk heaps of spiders?
That's an idea.
I feel like even when it's like a bunch of webs, I can still break it with my finger. I feel like there's some fucked up science behind that.
No, I just don't think.
2 strands can carry a brick.
But I can break the strands with my finger.
Yeah, fucking
That's
hell.
fucked up.
That's how fucking ordinary science
I'm a
is.
scientist. You're wrong.
Imagine rocking up for work doing that. Someone's like, "Oh, what did you do today?" "Oh, I'm not here to fuck spiders."
I don't like. I don't think
Is that how a spider comes?
what milking the spider.
Yeah.
Maybe that's what a spider web is.
Spider
semen.
semen.
Oh, fuck! We've just discovered science here on Centre, mate. Fuck.
This is like
Caleb has a bewildered look on his face.
I don't know. This is what happens when I think out loud. When I do the thing that you two do, where you just fucking talk and don't think about what you're saying, you just say words, just express your thoughts
Is that what you're doing now?
constantly. Yeah, I don't know. I come up with semen things.
Just your default is
it's his
dicks
thing.
and cum.
Yeah.
So far, I've come on Josh's Lotus and figured that spiders are just coming all the time. I'm noticing a theme. Anyway, let's move on.
ND.
ND.
Negligent discharge.
We're
Right.
just doing some hardcore giggling for this.
Can I, before we do this though,
I'm doing zero Googling.
can we
I'm
just go
looking.
back to? Do you guys know what Yippee actually means? Yippee Kiyay.
It started as like a fucking, like in the old Western when they're like, yippee, like fucking
It's an
rounding up
I
cattle
feel
and
like
shit.
it's got something to do with the kayak and the bunyip.
it's an exclamation of excitement. So it's like
Yippee.
yeah, it's like yay.
I'm just going to say it to you all the
Why
time.
don't they
now.
just say fucking yay?
It's just I don't know.
Maybe everyone's just cut out the yippee and the kai part and then they just say yay.
Yippee Kiyay. It's like ye old speak.
Exclamation.
Ye old.
It's like
speak.
saying hurrah.
Yeah, I feel like I would not be cool back then.
Or now.
Do you know? Fuck. Do you know? I actually have a whole bunch of other stuff that we can talk about as a backup.
Really?
Yeah.
Do we need to though at an hour and 40?
It depends. Do you want to know?
It's fucking Christmas, bro.
Do you want to know how Christmas came about?
No.
No.
Actually, I know this, so no, I don't.
The date?
Not the date,
I
no.
can see his notebook. There's a nativity scene in there. Let's not go there.
Was it a
Right. We're already in ND. We're firmly in ND.
All right. We're
Now-
firmly lodged in ND.
Did you give Ryan his fair say?
No, you didn't.
No.
See,
I can
you
shut
just
him down.
basically took
You
the
railroaded,
guns out of
motherfucker.
his holsters because of your communist ideals.
Because I don't want to be here till midnight. I feel like now is an
Basically,
appropriate time to move on.
25th of December is a fucking hoax. It's the winter solstice.
Wasn't it some dude that just
Solstice?
fucking gave presents to cunts?
No. But basically, the church, the Pope,
The Pope. The Pope came up with Christmas.
Pope came up
to make money.
No.
Give us more shit.
There was a whole bunch of pagan festivals that happened in December.
The 25th of December is actually a
25th
pagan
is-
thing.
It was originally a pagan festival, and then the Pope decided to make that the birth
I
of Christmas.
actually feel like it was the birth of Jesus.
No, it wasn't.
But no, that was
When was Jesus born?
No one knows. That's why there's even speculation about it even happening because it doesn't specify a
I feel
date.
like it was because it's
It's the date we've decided to celebrate the birth of Jesus.
And it was-
just
and-
like, yeah, I won't go in. Yeah, I'm not. I'm just, no.
And there was no Christmas for like centuries. There wasn't like, oh, Jesus was born and they started having Christmas. The Pope was like, oh, let's just start celebrating the birth of Christmas on this day. And then it just started becoming a thing. And then as Christianity became the primary religion around the world,
Well, I feel like that's incorrect. I feel like at some point for 30 years prior to all this, at some point there's a 30-year block where they did celebrate his birthday because he was a fucking live and he was alive.
I don't
and
say
had a
that,
birthday every year.
as in having Christmas. Like his mum and dad being like, happy, like, what do you get? What do you get a man that can turn anything to anything?
Happy God Day.
Like, Joseph is like down on the shots, like, fuck, what do we got? Jesus, the guy can get anything he wants.
when
Do you
did
want a
celebrating your
cup?
birthday actually start, though?
Mary comes along, I got Jesus some wine, and Jesus is like, Jesus, fuck, here we go again.
Oh, shit.
It's a good vintage. He can make his own, Mary.
I got you some new robes.
I feel like you two are just digressing to spite me right now.
No, because Ryan didn't really get it say. Oh, you
Well, he
cut him
doesn't
off.
fucking need to
Because-
say all the time.
You stole. You
you
stole.
boy.
You stole his shit.
Do you know what? I'm the Grinch who stole Christmas.
What if,
Fuck you.
What if he had a gun? He'd probably shoot you right now.
No, I wouldn't because I'd de-escalate first. And I'd tell him his antlers are shit and needs to work harder.
That backfired on you, didn't it, Josh?
Nope.
I'm on point with the fucking soundboard tonight, aren't I?
Nope.
Motherfucker.
You are.
Do you know what's even
Thank
more
you
interesting?
For being better.
Did you know that Christmas got banned in Boston?
What?
Yeah,
In Boston.
in Boston.
I feel like there's a lot of Jews that live in Boston.
He's going to
Maybe.
his fucking source material.
I'm going to my source
You've
material.
given him in fucking
He's giving
inroad.
me an
You've
in.
given him an inroad.
Caleb's like, fuck this, I've got to work tomorrow.
There's no ND this week.
No ND at all. Nah, it's Boston in fucking America.
Is that because of the Jews?
No, it's not because of the Jews. Because there's like Puritists that got in power and were like, oh, the Bible doesn't specify when there is a date, so it's like heresy.
I'm going to ask the Book of Wisdom on this, and no one is better at knowing this shit than my father because he's just seen bootleg grog at fucking
I'm
Christmas.
sorry. Is this the same man that told you mixing poo and semen made AIDS? Is this the same man who lied to you about
It's true.
Santa?
That's how AIDS happens, bro.
Well, go to your dad. Say to him, Dad, between 1659 and 1681, did they celebrate Christmas in Boston legally?
He'd be like, well, son, I was 12 at the time. And
Oh yes, I remember that was the first time I was out. I think I've learned to drive.
we Flintstones it everywhere, son. Fucking rode our dinosaurs.
You want to know another fact
Yeah.
about Christmas?
Chuck it out
Oh,
there.
go on then.
Let's fuck Caleb.
Don't.
off.
Americans didn't embrace the whole Christmas thing until 1870.
Well, actually, I'm going to tell you something that I think we should do here that fucking they do in
Thanksgiving.
the States. Thanksgiving. How bad is that we don't have a fucking day here in Australia? We're just not that we give thanks for what we fucking got. That's fucking
Because that's
shit.
not what Thanksgiving is. Like, I mean, that's the spirit of Thanksgiving, but Thanksgiving stemmed from an event.
Yeah, but why can't we adopt it? Fuck it. Let's put a poll on Instagram and let's say who wants a day off for Australia Day Thanksgiving.
Stop
Fuck it.
promising things you will
Who
not
wants a
deliver
public
on.
holiday?
Well, at the moment,
mate.
man, I've been on point with Insta, so I'm
You will
sorry.
not put a poll up.
I'm sorry.
I guarantee
You probably won't even post this week.
you will not put a poll up.
Do you know what? Just on that, you
Because-
guys never got back to me as to whether I can post you guys pissing in random spots
I
either.
don't give a shit. Do it.
I've got a
He
picture
literally
of your dick.
posted you with your dick on the toilet.
No, my dick was tucked
He
between
was
my legs.
concealing
Okay.
his dick.
I had a
I
mangina.
posted Ryan with the mangina, yes.
I wonder how many people wanked off to that.
Oh, I did.
Anyway,
cool.
you just want to eat turkey. That's why you want Thanksgiving.
Oh, how good is turkey?
Yeah,
it's
turkey's
good, but
pretty
that's
good.
why you want
Fuck
Thanksgiving.
this. I've got this big thing in my head. If
It's called a penis.
All right, so
It's called an ego.
So imagine like we had
Inflated ego.
Imagine we had like a fucking TV show and this and that. It'd be exactly, in my mind, it'd be exactly like Duck Dynasty. At the end of it, we'd have a family fucking dinner. You'd all fucking go. You'd all drink piss. You'd all be merry. You'd all, yeah.
Can I be Joseph?
It's 2021, man. I feel like you need to be.
No, don't fucking touch the soundboard too.
I heard that.
That's a very sensitive key because I did not push hard, or either that or I'm a gorilla.
I feel like you should be used to things going off.
This is
Because
Josh,
you're
the
sensitive,
silverback
Josh?
gorilla. His growth was stunted.
Anyway, are we doing ND or not?
That says, that says cricket.
That says elevator music, Josh.
What the fuck? Turn it off.
Stop pressing buttons. That was a trick button.
All right, ND.
I feel like I need to press that one now.
ND.
ND.
Negligent discharge.
You just confused all our listeners.
No, they're following along to this madness. They're used to it now. I feel.
You feel?
I feel.
We have literally
I
been
feel it
talking
in my bones.
smack for the last 15 minutes.
You mean an hour? Wow.
Oh, no, I mean, there was some pretty quality
Yeah.
content. We had an argument straight out the gates. People love that shit.
Hey, I like to throw the red herrings in.
What?
Maybe people shouldn't conceal carry. Maybe we should just carry red herrings around the place and throw them at each other.
Fish slap everyone.
No, because there would be too many accidents, Caleb.
That man's got a
People will
fully automatic
slip over.
tuner.
Ban cars because there's too many accidents.
Ban curbs because there's too many accidents.
No more sport. No more cricket. Too many people get hit with
Well, that's
balls.
just not cricket.
And COVID. What a segue.
Oh, God, the COVID's got me.
Actually, well done. Because that is our ND this week. As we sit here, some young alleged 19-year-old. I'm going to say a lot of allegedly. Allegedly, a 19-year-old in Adelaide, he got diagnosed with COVID on Friday night, which, as we record this, was 3 nights ago. He then proceeded to go to several clubs, pubs, bars, cafes.
2. Which ones was it?
Oh, sorry.
That
Fucking
Freddy
no. He went to a
went to.
nightclub. He went. Well, you said he went to the cricket. Where did you find that?
No. He went to a nightclub, and I believe it was Loverboy,
Loverboy, correct.
which sounds like a very progressive nightclub.
I'd never heard of Loverboy. I thought it was like the Mars Bar, which is
Yeah, I
a gay
immediately
club in Adelaide.
I immediately thought semen and poo. And he went to the cricket as well.
I didn't.
And I
know,
immediately thought semen and
I didn't know that part. Anyway, so he's been sent the text. You've got COVID. Isolate. Blah 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 blah. He's gone. Fuck that. He's gone out. He's taken a young lady home with him,
What?
Who-
Player!
who undoubtedly probably has COVID now.
He's definitely got
in
the
her,
dick.
in her asshole.
And then I heard today, apparently he's been fined $35,000.
And so he should. What a fucking nutty.
35 grand.
35 grand. Which
Oh, that
is a
would be-
19-year-old.
Yeah,
A
that'd
lot
be
of
because
coin.
they'd rack up all of the charges because you went to here and then you went to here and then you went to there. And
Yeah.
He's just like, even if he wasn't going to uni, there's a Hexdad for you, buddy.
what a fucking idiot. Why?
I feel like you'd spin this on the media to then become a rock star.
Who's that dude with the white, the yellow glasses with the lines and the Corey what's his fucking
Weaver.
name?
Corey.
Yeah.
No, that was a mate's name actually. His name was
Corey.
Corey. I can't remember his last name.
I don't know. But he was basically in the news for being a fuckwit.
Yeah, that's what I mean. You'd spin this to like you'd be like the Channel 7 doing an interview for fucking 300 grand.
Oh, I'm reading further in this article. And the cricket thing was like a fucking, like apparently went to the cricket on Saturday, which is the day after. So there's just some wild shit going around. Anyway,
What do you mean the day after what?
so Friday night, he got the positive test. Then he went out Friday night. And then supposedly he went to the cricket on Saturday.
Did he just not get the
I
test?
feel like you could argue and just be like,
Yeah.
I didn't pick up my phone.
He got the test, got sent a
the
positive
text.
result. Maybe he didn't. I don't know.
So they can't prove that you've actually read the text.
I'll be arguing that in court.
Yeah, like you can't.
But
they
at the
can't
same
prove that.
time, I'd be like, I feel like a dick for giving people COVID.
Yeah, he's a bit of a dick.
This is all alleged. And as a result, there's going to be heaps of people in quarantine. I don't know if you've driven past the COVID testing site.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's
What
tits now.
the fuck? I drove
said it
past
was
there at
fucking
12
nuts.
o'clock at night coming home from Blackwood the other day. My God, the thing was like,
At 12 at night.
at 12 at
Yeah,
night,
but
it was
you know
full.
what? You have to go see most doctors now. Like I've hurt myself and had to go see the doctors, and I had to go get my annual mole checkup done for sunburn stuff, like skin cancers.
I've
And
never had my skin tested ever.
Yeah,
I've
neither.
only just recently started. I think the last 2 years I've done it.
I feel like this is
I
why
had
you're not a
to.
silverback.
What?
I feel like this is why you're not a silverback.
This is a poo and semen related thing.
Gorillas and cum. That's all you ever think about, isn't it? And I had to be COVID tested because I'd had the sniffles within the last couple of weeks or something. Like I could have lied and be like, yeah, nah. And then they're like, oh, unless it's COVID tested and all that come in. So you've
Yeah.
got all these people that need to go to see the doctors to get a prescription. They got to get COVID tested before they can even go see the fucking doctor.
Ouch.
I have heard a couple of people have been refused from seeing a doctor
'Cause they
or
weren't
going to
double
the doctor's practice because they weren't vaccinated.
Clinics
Yep.
clinics
That's-
won't let you in now. It's
That's actually against
don't
like
they have
medical ethics.
It's fucking horseshit.
Yeah.
But it's not the doctors that are choosing; it's the owners of the practice that are dictating the terms.
Yeah, which I feel like
Meanwhile,
that'd be a doctor.
I know
not
someone
be.
who went to see a specialist, and the specialist said, "Can you show your proof of double vaccination?" And the person I know said, "Fucking, I haven't linked. I haven't got an app. I haven't got anything. I haven't got anything to prove it, but I have been double vaxxed." And they were just like, "Ah, fuck it, come in."
For the most part, the individuals don't give a fuck. Like everyone knows that it's just hyped up shit. And if you're not showing any symptoms, chances of you being asymptomatic are quite small, and the chance of you actually contracting it are smaller again. It's just
really hard when you just don't get sick. You get a lot sick once a year, and then, like for me, getting the vax, I put it off because I wasn't sick. I was like, well, if I'm not sick, I don't need to get it.
how about you just babysit my son for 2 days a week?
Yeah, enjoy that when you have children, by the way.
You will be sick all the fucking time.
They bring home stuff
That's how it works.
from the other children. I typically would never get sick until I had kids, and then they bring stuff back from childcare.
You don't
school,
see anyone. Like, you're a fucking hermit. Who do you see? Like the same 7 people.
effectively.
There's a couple more, but yeah,
The same 8 people.
yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. So if you're not out there doing stuff, mixing in with the society people.
Party of 8.
Yeah, but I just feel like I'm just trying to do my part to stop the flow of
You're
COVID.
just living your fucking hermit life, bro. That's all you're doing.
But I still remember when COVID hit, you was like, Caleb, you were like, you weren't locked down, but you were like, you started taking it seriously. And I'm like, yeah, I haven't changed anything I do.
Oh, I got to work from home. I'm like, this is fucking sick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I was like, because initially everyone's like, cool, we all get to work from home and do fuck all for 2 weeks. And then everything will go away and it will go back to normal. And now here we are 2.5 years later.
Yeah.
What the hell?
Yeah. I still remember the conversation. I'm like, yeah, haven't changed shit.
It was awesome. I think
Still go to the shops every day. Still go to fucking work. Do whatever.
the trouble is that the biggest impact that it had was the government agencies expect the way that it had been portrayed to the owners of businesses. So I was running construction projects at the time, and we literally had to come in the morning. Like, we had to clear our desks, and in the morning we'd have to come in, spray everything with disinfectant. We were the only people that were allowed at our desk within 2 meters or 1.5, whatever the fuck it was. So no one was going to our desk anyway. We had to spray our desks, wipe everything down, then use our stuff. And then at the end of the day, no one else was allowed to go near our shit. We weren't allowed to touch anything. They shut down all the kitchens. They shut down all the coffee stuff. None of that. You're allowed to do. We weren't touch anything. At the end of the day, you have to wipe down your desk again, make sure it's all clean, and go back. And you go home, and then you come back and do the same fucking thing. So no one's touching any of your shit. You're disinfecting twice. Like, that's the severity.
So, one, you're working at a hospital though, but 2.
No, this wasn't in the hospital. This was in the office. Yeah.
Oh.
So the hospital was more relaxed than that. So the hospital was that was the Royal Adelaide Hospital.
I feel like that's just a fear that's been installed.
And it
by
was,
me.
and that's exactly what it was. So, but business owners want to be ahead of the ball with all that sort of stuff. So the way that it was being portrayed to them, and I was talking to the CEO about this in the midst of it, and no one had any idea about what was going on because no one had done their due fucking diligence with the research, and no one knew what the fuck it was. They didn't know if it was airborne. They didn't know how long it lived on services. They didn't know any of this shit. They were just going, it's a fucking pandemic. So business owners, especially people that are dealing in millions of dollars a day, they want to be ahead of the ball in terms of trying to be able to predict what the worst case scenario is going to be in terms of regulations that they need to follow, and they'll try to get ahead of that. So that's why the whole working from home thing got implemented. Everyone was like, fucking, yeah, sick. But then people that were going out, like what I wasn't going to site, all it did was became the center point for everything, and it created a stupid amount of chaos and a stupid amount of extra work that you had to do. So it seemed like this really big thing that had a really big impact to us and to me in particular because we were in the middle of it, whereas you didn't change a fucking thing that you did.
Yeah.
And so you're like, meh, whatever. Whereas to me, I'm like, fuck, it's actually changed the way that I operate my day-to-day life. So it seemed like a bigger ordeal.
Yeah, I get you. Yeah, the flow-on effect, but yeah.
Oh, it was all a crock of fucking shit anyway. Like, I mean, now you go to any construction site and blokes are spitting on each other pretty much. And
Yeah, look, I feel like it's time to just fucking
Need lube, bro.
move on a bit, but
was that your stomach?
yes.
What was that?
That was my stomach.
Dude, we just ate 2 family pizzas
I know, we demolished the fuck out of those pizzas.
and garlic bread.
Yeah.
I didn't eat lunch. I'm hungry.
I had 2 lunches.
I had a cookie, protein cookie, and a shake.
Wow. And on that bombshell, it is probably time to wrap this podcast up
I think so.
at the 2 hour
I think
mark.
so. It's probably a good idea, and
so. I'm
I
getting
will
tired.
definitely put up photos of my 79 in 12 months' time.
I'm not going to lie. That whole last story Ryan told, I fucking completely zoned out. I'm like, I don't know what he's saying. You can just talk.
Oh, well, I appreciate you giving me the time.
Well, that's just sort of a bit
heard.
unprofessional, Caleb, and we will definitely be talking to HR about that.
Can I give you one more little fucking Christmas bit of information? Bit of trivia.
Why not?
Caleb,
So-
it's well done.
Those the Santas that with the bells that collect the fucking donations for the Salvation Army. Yeah, those guys.
Yeah.
How long do you reckon they've been on the streets for? Like, how many years do you reckon that's been going?
Easy, like 100.
I'm going to go, I'm thinking like, I don't know, 400 years.
Oh, that's quite a crack because the Salvation Army has not been around for that long. But
120.
You just said guys on the streets collecting money at Christmas.
no, the Santas, like specifically the Santas that Salvation Army has out with the
120.
close
89.
1890s.
So 130
It was
years.
established 130 years.
Oh, pretty much an encyclopedia.
I don't know if I feel better in life with that information.
I feel like it's a good
Or
bit of
worse.
interesting trivia.
I do. I feel like,
Because they're going to
you
come
know,
up with
it's
pub
nice
trivia.
to know that motherfuckers do something for other people.
They do. I think that's the whole point of it. Like they've been out there collecting money to go towards the less fortunate.
No, I reject that.
If
I
it
don't,
was-
I don't want to have to retain the information. There's something better that can go in the memory slot.
If it was my wish, one thing that I could have this Christmas, it would be to end world poverty.
Oh, fuck off!
Thank you, Josh. Let's play us out
What was your hang on?
the
What
Christmas tune.
what was your Christmas wish?
79 series in a Lotus.
To end world poverty.
I'm wrapping us up. I'm taking over. I'm fucking had enough. Let's pack this thing up.
All right, dude and dudettes. Merry fucking Christmas
Merry
from
Christmas
Send
and
It
a
Mate
happy
podcast.
fucking New Year and happy birthday to
Santa
me.
Claus is coming to town. Hopefully you got lots of cool presents. Let's play out.
Don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, to catch us next season for fucking
Season 4.
season 4.
Season 4 Send It Mate podcast. Bigger, better, awesome things to come. We will definitely keep you guys up to date. Share us on Instagram. We're on Facebook. Tell everyone to go have a fucking listen to our podcast because it's hilarious.
And don't forget to lick a tit
Multiple times.
this Christmas.
Josh is learning to do that before sex. It's called foreplay.
I don't think he knows what that means.
Caleb still hasn't found the tit.
Thank you very much for putting up with our bullshit, ladies and gentlemen. We will see you next season.
Catch ya.
Catch ya.
G'day, dude and dudettes. Josh here. Do you find it hard to keep your long, hard barrels free from gun STDs? Maybe you need a clean out of your bore. If this is you, jump on over to highcaliber.com.au and use the promo code SENDITMATE to receive a 10% discount on all your gun cleaning needs. And remember, it's sexy to support Australian-made products. Everyone here at Send It Mate uses High Caliber, and we can promise you that it'll keep your firearms free from those pesky gun STDs.